And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lake Cumberland Sports coverage of high school football tonight, where, oh, by the way, Southwestern and Pulaski County going to play football here in just a few minutes. I'm Mike Kerr. He's Chris Staten, and y'all are used to hearing from us. But we're going to start out tonight, and we're going to talk to Brother Alan Dotson, because tonight there's a partnership sort of working between us and the Go Get 'em 80 Foundation, and we want to make sure we get Brother Dotson a chance to talk about this. Chris, you got anything you want to throw in?
No, I said there's a football game that's going to come on here in about 30 minutes, but if you go on Lake Cumberland Sports, Brother Dotson has there's a nice promo up on there. Please take the time to go on there and watch it and read it. It's for a great cause, and it's for community and a lot of needs and things that can be helped out. And it's wonderful.
And I will say this, a football game is a real important thing to a lot of people, me included. It does not bear a light to what we're talking about in the big picture of what Brother Dotson and your people are doing. And Kevin introduced us. I think we may have met 25 years ago. I don't know, maybe more than that. But Brother Alan Dotson is going to join us. And, guys, the pleasure is mine. But I think any of our listeners who don't know the story, Brother Dotson, have lived under a rock somewhere, but again, it didn't go away. Right. And the needs and other things were always there, and now there's still even more. And you guys are bringing something positive out of what was a tragedy. There's no other way to describe it. It was. And I lost a son-in-law to a drunk driver when my middle daughter was 3 months pregnant with their first son. Okay, I knew what hate felt like for a while. I don't know what I grew out of that, but you guys are growing good stuff, so I want to shut up and let you know. You find out in the press box, if you stand here, people will give you stuff. Brother Dotson, welcome.
Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate everything that Lake Cumberland Sports does for our community. And, Mike, before I say anything else, I just want to publicly thank Lake Cumberland Sports not only for tonight, but you'll remember back in April of last year.
I do.
When we had Andrew's funeral. Of course, we had to have it at the center because of the crowd.
Certainly.
And one of the big needs we had was to be able to get it out there online, because we had family spread out all over that couldn't get here. And so, Lake Cumberland Sports came in and took care of that for us. I actually checked it today, and I believe about 10,000 people.
Oh, yeah. And again, I will say this. We'll give Kevin his plot at some other time right now. But he did. He asked me, he said, I don't know if we can pull it off or not. I said, well, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. And again, we're so glad we could be one tiny thumbnail of help in any way. But you're continuing the task.
Absolutely. So, our community has just been outstanding in their response and their love for us and their love for Andrew. And very quickly after Andrew passed, that so many generous people wanted to make memorial donations and asked us where to channel that. And Andrew, a lot of people know stories about Andrew. Andrew was a kid that was never idle. He was always involved, whether it was sports or academics or church groups. Andrew stayed on the go. And so as we began to think about what we could do to help our community and to honor him, we wanted to develop this foundation so that we can give back in Andrew's memory to the kids in our community. And I want to say up front that everything that comes into the foundation, nobody is on the payroll or
That's
anything
where I
like
was
that.
going to go with this. Guys, you're not supporting a guy making $900,000 a year with this. You're sending money to a cause that is it's a great cause, and we support it 100%.
Well, we appreciate that, but I want to make that clear.
Yes.
And so we've been able to help several already, and it doesn't matter which school or which school system they come from. If there's a young person in Pulaski County that needs a little help to do whatever, they feel like they want to do and are blessed to do. Andrew never heard the word no. We're not a wealthy family, but we're a blessed family.
Yes, we all are.
And so Andrew was always able to do what he wanted to do. I used to help with the Little Shopville program when he was a kid out there.
They did pretty good tonight, by the way.
Well, they did really good, didn't they? And we're really proud of them and the program out there. But, I remember what it was like just trying to help all the kids get their little league fees together.
Again, Brother Dodson, I want you to know, because I've got 11 grandkids, and I have found that when they send a note home from school and it says, we're taking the kids to do so-and-so, and it's not like you reach in your pocket, you give them $20 and say, go.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you find out that there are kids in that very classroom that can't go.
That's right.
And part of it's blindness.
Yes.
But part of this might be willing blindness on some of our part, and we're not looking.
That's true.
So
that's true.
You guys are looking, and we're going to do anything we can to help you. Tonight, we've got a QR code on our game that's being Josh and them have it over on the Southwestern video screen. We have got, I think, donations set up outside thanks to the school board and people who've helped.
Absolutely.
But this is not a go-away thing. You can contribute anytime you want.
Absolutely.
At GoGetEm80.com.
Yes.
So make sure you say that about 4 more times before you and I get through here.
Absolutely. GoGetEm80.com is the foundation's website. You can find out all the information on there. And Mike, one of the great things we were able to do this past May was we gave one of Andrew would have graduated this past May, and so we were able to give one of his classmates at Pulaski County High School the first Go Get 'Em scholarship.
Nate Unthink.
Yeah, Nate Unthink.
Oh, yes. I was aware of that. That's great.
So Nate was the first recipient, and it's been our goal to work up to where we can include all the high schools, Somerset Christian, Southwestern, and Pulaski. And the good news is, we had Mitch Barnhart in.
Oh, and that was monstrous.
It was huge.
Yeah.
And we were so blessed that night, to the degree that this coming May, we're going to be able to give a scholarship to a graduate from each of our 4 high
That's
schools.
awesome news.
Yeah.
That is. Again, people talk about UK athletics and firing people and all that stuff. That's sports as far as I'm concerned. Mitch Barnhart is a good man.
Yes, he is.
And so, anyway, I won't go there either.
Yeah, of course.
The people who want to help you, you don't have to contribute $1,000.
No.
You don't have to be able to write a check for $10,000. If you want to, I guess you'd say okay.
Well, we're not going to refuse any gift.
We'll take that, but if the 5, 10, the 20 that you want to throw toward the foundation, just be aware of what it's going for.
Absolutely.
And we're not building big fancy buildings down on 27, and I won't say anything about that. I'm just saying it's going to help further the mission, and you can go. I read your mission statement. You can go on and read the mission statement of
Absolutely.
and it's one of those things that if you're looking for something under the skin, it ain't there.
No, it's not. It's not. We have a really good board of trustees, Mike. And I'm not the chairman of it, nor is anyone in our family.
Right.
And so everything is regulated the right way, and again, it's all about helping kids in Pulaski County.
I would love to talk with you and put this football game completely on hold because I think we've got a few people listening. And just do us a favor, just go check out the website, pray about what you see and hear, and help a good cause.
Absolutely. And like you said a moment ago, if it's $1, $5, $10, that gift counts.
It does.
Before long, we'll probably see a little snow. And I hate to mention it doesn't feel that way right now.
But you're right.
But if you think about it, a snowflake is the most vulnerable thing on earth. If you were to catch a snowflake on the palm of your hand or on your index finger, it'd be there for just a moment and then it would melt and it's gone. But look what happens when all the little snowflakes stick together.
I'm with you. That's a great analogy, by the way. I would steal that.
Well, the $1, the $5, when all those stick together, we can help kids get to live life to its fullest.
GoGetEm80.com.
Go
Say
get 'em
that
80.
with me.
Yep, GoGetEm80.com.
I want to thank you so much. I wish we could continue, but again, we're going to get ready for a football game here, and I don't know what Chris is doing over here, but thank you very much.
Oh, thank
if
you,
there's
Mike.
ever anything I'll speak for Kevin and the rest of anything that Lake Cumberland Sports can ever do, our door is open.
Like I said earlier, Lake Cumberland Sports has been a huge partner to us in this journey, and we cannot thank you enough.
We feel the same way, I think, about kids.
Yes.
We're interested in, somebody asked me, why do you do it? And I said, well, it's because I'm making a fortune doing this, guys. It ain't happening that way. But again, the kids are the reason we're here, and I said the same with you guys. I know your heart, and I know where you are.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Amen. Thank you.
Go get them 80.
Go get them
80.
GoGetEm80.com.
All right. Thank you again,
Thanks,
Brother
Mike.
Dodson. I appreciate it.
Good to see you tonight, friend.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for your time.
All right.
God bless you with your efforts.
Likewise. Thank you again.
We're going to get Chris buckled back in here in a minute because we're going to try to. Well, you can have him. We just finished. Kevin? Chris has joined me. That was an interesting lead into our game tonight. I guess we should say congratulations to Brother Dotson and to the joint effort that we have going tonight. Right now, Chris is trying to get light in the booth.
We have light, Mike.
We're struggling, but
no, we're good.
We're good. Life is good?
Life is good.
All right.
We've got lights. We've got the band assembling. Both teams have vacated the playing surface to go get final instructions, and we're about 17 minutes away from kickoff.
And we've got about a 10-minute or so coaches show that we try to get in here in a minute. If I will work on that while you straighten everybody else.
So we'd like to thank Toyota Somerset, our title sponsor, and Ford Brothers Auctioneers, our presenting sponsor tonight, and Buffalo Wings and Rings, our video game of the week, which is tonight. You can find it on Lake Cumberland Sports. The Southwestern feed will be bringing the video portion, and you can listen to Mike and myself, obviously, here on the audio portion. But be sure to watch the Video Wings and Rings video game of the week on Lake Cumberland Sports. Our next video broadcast looks like it's going to be week 2 of the playoffs somewhere. Once we get to that point, we'll figure it out. Wings and Rings, wings created your way, and always fresh, never frozen burgers. While we are getting ready to do the coaches show, we'll kind of lead into, I won't put you on the spot for keys of the game because I'm sure Coach Burns and you talked about that.
We did, but again, it's a rivalry game, so you throw a whole lot of stuff out the window because all of a sudden all the stuff that you've practiced and repped and done everything, and you go out there and you get somebody goes brain dead because they're so excited about. You got to come in on an even keel, and that's what he said. You've got to come in ready to play, and he is treating this just like it was a normal football game against another team away from home. They came over together. They dressed over here. They have a freshman quarterback, but the keys to the game, again, I think quarterback play is going to be key. Running back play is going to be key. There's a good running back on each one of these football teams. There's more than one, but there's a feature back on each one of these teams. And then the defense, both teams pride themselves in their defense. Here's my other one. The offensive line of Pulaski County, if they show up, they can be a lot of trouble. What do you need?
I just needed your face for a second, so get us going here. So I think we are
You're
ready.
one of the few people to ever tell me that.
Yeah, well, Cindy's told you a time or two.
We're going to see if we can get Coach Burns queued up here.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
And we're back with Coach Burns. And, Coach, just another Friday night, right? You got nothing going on this week, or what's going on?
No, nothing at all.
Nothing at all. All right, for everybody around, you are the rookie in the bunch when it comes to this game, right?
I am, yes.
I think most of your coaching staff's been in it and played in it and coached in it, and I've seen them all, and this is a big deal in this town, and you and Southwestern are going to do battle. But more importantly, both teams 3-0 in the district. If you've got, and I know you do, long-term plans for this football team, Friday night's not a must, but it's a big step.
Yeah, we talked to our kids all week about not only is it kind of the game, we as a program, we look forward to. It's a rivalry game, but it's district championship, playoff seeding. It has a lot more on the line than just being a rivalry game for them and for us. So I think our kids are ready. We played in a lot of big games, big environments, playoff environments, and that's what this is going to be.
It always is, and I throw everything out the window. I think I've seen them all. Like I said, I've seen some close, good games. I've seen some uglies, and everything in between. But your football team has yet to lay an egg this year, as far as I'm concerned. They've looked good.
Yeah, in big games, you never know how the game's going to go. There's tons of different factors that change the outcome of that game, and we tell our kids that. We talk about, don't flinch. They're going to make plays. We're going to make plays. Something's going to happen, right? But just keep playing to the final whistle. And that's kind of a theme that we've talked about this week. We've talked to our kids, too, about, we got to learn as a team to finish games.
Well, you've got a team that I saw fall down 2 touchdowns in a game early in the season, and I wondered if maybe it was, will they change? Just was a speed bump. It wasn't even a big deal. They came out and took care of business. And, again, Friday night, you're going to Southwestern. There will be experts crawling out of the woodwork telling everybody why you can't win or why you're going to win. And I always look forward to it because about 7:30, plus or minus a minute or two, y'all get to settle it on the field, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, we talk to our kids. Don't listen to the outside noise. Control what you can control. We talk about focusing on our play and focusing on through the week what we got to get better at. And we always talk about the film doesn't lie. So your family, friends, all that, all the pundits, they're going to tell you something, but your coaches and your teammates are going to tell you the truth.
Let's take a look again. I think I've heard through the grapevine, I'll ask you straight up, it looks like Anderson won't go again this week.
Yeah, Zach's a little banged up. He's doing the things he needs to do to get back. But we have full faith in Will, and he come out in his first start and went 8 for 9, or I think it was something like that.
That's what we had. I think.
8 for 9 for 150, and threw a couple touchdowns and
ran for 30 or 40. Yeah.
So and Will offers a different dynamic than Zach does. Right, Zach, great player, right, throws the ball real well. Will can run real well. He, like you said, he had 30 or 4 rushing yards.
So coming into this game, I looked at your numbers. Everybody says, well, they've become a running team. Well, they've become a diversified team, if that's what I want. 1,500 plus in the air, almost 1,500 on the ground. That's pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah. We want balance, and the offensive staff does a great job of doing that, and we really just take what the defense gives us,
right?
And we do, they do a good job of setting that up, off play action and different things like that. And that's, as a defensive guy, I'm a defensive guy. That is hard to defend when a team is balanced, and they can do both really, really well.
And they can do it when they want to.
Yes.
Once again, Casey Brock comes in at 940, somewhere in that neighborhood, yards on the season. But the last 2 weeks, I took a glance back. Total carries in the last 2 weeks, over or under 15? Under.
I was going to say it's probably under.
It's under. Again, he has been able to, I won't say rest, but you have been able to get him the ability to get to week 8 not all beat up.
Yeah, we told our kids, they come in on Sunday and I said, really, in 2 games, you've only played 1 game because you really only have played a half in each game. And we wanted to, like you said, the first side of the ball, get touches to guys that we know that can go and make plays. And the previous games were good times to do that. And, Kaysen, he had under 15 carries, but he also did a really good job, when he got the ball. I think he was averaging over 10 yards a carry.
I think I'll take that at about any level. Once again, you've got Denmeyer, who's again proven to be an over-the-top kind of home run hitting receiver, and those two but there are a whole lot of other names that we're not going to get to right here that fit into all of this offense. I want to talk about the offensive line. Never do that with you. You have got some beasts up front. You've got some gentlemen who take their work pretty serious.
Yeah, they have been just phenomenal this year. And we talk a lot about, you might not have scored the touchdown or broke the run, but you made the play by your blocking and finishing blocks and having that physical dominating presence. And Kaysen wouldn't have 10 yards of carry without having a great offensive line in front that does a great job.
You and I have watched every snap of this football team this year. I know a little bit about your football team. I know almost nothing about Southwestern except for the fact that they're 4-4, but they're 3-0 in the district, and they've got a running back over there in Braxton Walters, who's a pretty nice football player.
Yeah, Braxton is really, really good. For a running back, he's kind of tall and he's long. He's got real long arms. He runs really, really well. He hits the hole hard. And he makes a lot of plays. I think in the South Laurel game, he broke through the line and had a big 80-yard run. And that's just what he can do. There's a reason that preseason they voted him District Player of the Year.
You got there, Buffeto. I'm not even going to have to follow up on that. And, of course, Dunford has been used as a quarterback, a little bit as a running back, primarily as a receiver. He's always a big threat, too. He's somebody you've got to account for.
Yeah, he's what we call a football player. He can play whatever position you need him to. They've had him at tight end. They had him in the wishbone one time. They quarterback, obviously. They put him out at receiver and thrown him the ball, deep ball. Had a great game against Harlan County. I think he broke the school record. So he's just a football player. They even play him on defense, too.
Sure.
And welcome back to Southwestern High School. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. Don't know exactly what happened here. We're going to try to bring you the remainder of the coach's show if we can.
On Sunday, and I said, really, in 2 games, you've only played 1 game because you really only have played a touchdown or broke the run, but you made the play by your blocking and finishing blocks and having that physical dominating presence. And Kaysen wouldn't have 10 yards of carry without having a great offensive line in front that does a great job.
You and I have watched every snap of this football team this year. I know a little bit about your football team. I know almost nothing about Southwestern except for the fact that they're 4-4, but they're 3-0 in the district, and they've got a running back over there in Braxton Walters, who's a pretty nice football player.
Yeah, Braxton is really, really good. For a running back, he's kind of tall and he's long. He's got real long arms. He runs really, really well. He hits the hole hard. And he makes a lot of plays. I think in the South Laurel game, he broke through the line and had a big 80-yard run. And that's just what he can do. There's a reason that preseason they voted him District Player of the Year.
You got there, Buffeto. I'm not even going to have to follow up on that. And, of course, Dunford has been used as a quarterback, a little bit as a running back, primarily as a receiver. He's always a big threat, too. He's somebody you've got to account for. Yeah,
he's what we call a football player. He can play whatever position you need him to. They've had him at tight end. They had him in the wishbone one time. They quarterback, obviously. They put him out at receiver and thrown him the ball, deep ball. Had a great game against Harlan County. I think he broke the school record. So he's just a football player. They even play him on defense, too.
Sure.
So he's a really, really good player, and I'm familiar with him. He was, in our district when I was at Bull. So,
right. I forgot about that.
Really good player.
Yeah. All right, come Friday night, it's 9:30-ish, 9:45 or whatever. What are you going to look back on out of this football game and say, this is what we had to do to win? What is it you have to do to win Friday night?
Well, it don't ever change. It's kind of the same. It's we need to be the most physical team on the field. That's, tackling, blocking, getting off blocks, finishing runs, even receivers and stalk blocking and receivers going up to get the football. We've got to be the most fundamentally sound team. We spend a lot of time on technique and stepping with the proper foot and hand placement and all those things, and that's got to show. It's about the football. The team that makes the most creates the most turnovers, team that doesn't turn over the ball will probably win the game. As the statistics show it. And we got to be a team. We have to do our job, be accountable on each and every play, and lift those guys up that don't make, they make a bad play, lift them up and let's play the next play. And then, I said it earlier, but don't flinch, right? Just keep playing, right? Focus. We're not focused on the scoreboard. We're focused on our play. We're focused on each possession, each stop, just everything like that. We're not worried about the scoreboard until the end of the game.
I know you have things to do, in the life of a high school football coach, but you got to go get a haircut for a wedding.
Yeah.
You also got to get a good night's sleep. I wish you a good night's sleep tonight, and about 10 o'clock Friday night, we'll have another chat.
Yes, thank you.
Coach Burns, best of luck Friday night. We'll be back with the kickoff. This ought to be fun. See you guys.
LakeCumberlandSports.com. Don't miss a touchdown, three-pointer, home run, or goal. Local sports with a local flavor. What? Streamed globally. And now, it's game time.
And welcome back to the reservation here at Southwestern High School. That was my partner Mike Kerr and Coach Travis Burns giving a little bit of prelude to the game here tonight. And Coach Burns gave you it's pretty much what it is every game, Mike. Our keys to the game is we be more physical, we tackle, we block.
We win a turnover battle, and we don't commit too many penalties. Wait a minute.
Right.
Coaches look at you sometimes because we get used to interviewing coaches, and they know you're going to ask that question, and they almost think, could I come up with something real creative to say no? The truth is the truth. It's about blocking and tackling and taking care of the football and doing your job. And that's Coach Travis is a 30-year-old young man, but he pretty well gets his point across.
And so that was our Whitest Cabinets keys to the game. Need new cabinets? The key is Whitest Cabinets. We value your business, offering friendly service and reliable products. Let our design experts turn your vision into reality. Visit us today at South 27 and Slate Branch Road. Whitest Cabinets, the key to your dream home. And Mike, while we were away and both teams, captains got to the middle of the field. For PC, Will Adams, Bryson Brown, Braden Ping, Cohen Finley, and for Southwestern, Jonas Gallagher, Caleb Lunsford, Bradley Baker, and Braxton Walters. And Southwestern won the toss, and guess who gets the ball first?
I think Pulaski will get the football.
Southwestern deferred.
Yep.
They will defend the south end zone. Pulaski will be heading left to right on the video from us. You'll just have to hear left to right, and they will receive the opening kickoff in about 35 seconds.
Or less, or more.
Well, they got to get both teams
They got to get them off
out
the
of
field.
the locker rooms.
We got
They gotta run through the
photographers all
tunnels.
over the place out there.
Yeah. So this is the Don Franklin
Is that what it
game.
is?
Is it a bowl? Yeah, it's.
Okay.
I've heard them announce it a couple of times.
Well,
and we'd like to thank Don.
We thank Don Franklin,
family of dealerships, our official photography sponsor. It's a game. It's game on at Don Franklin Family of Dealerships. They're our official photography sponsor, capturing every exciting moment, every basket, every touchdown, every victory. Just like our local athletes, Don Franklin knows the importance of teamwork. With 5 Somerset locations working together, they'll help you find the perfect vehicle to get your family to the game and everywhere else you need to go. Visit the Don Franklin Family of Dealerships on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships, or stop by one of their 5 locations where they treat you like family. And before we get to kickoff, we want to talk about we have a couple of injuries. I know it was alluded to in the coach's show, but we do have for Pulaski tonight, Zach Anderson, starting quarterback, is dealing with some things, dealing with something. They're going to hold him out tonight. So freshman Will Adams will get the start for Pulaski County tonight. And then for Southwestern, they don't have a whole lot of injuries. I did see Trent Talent in Jersey on the sideline, so he won't dress. But also they'll be without Khalil White, who is a defensive end, tight end for them, that not injured. But if you watched the game last week, there was an altercation in the fourth quarter, and Khalil has been suspended for this game, and he was the only player that was suspended from that game.
If you one of the coaches that was involved in the discussion with the officials told me that Friday night they told them it would be one player each, and that never did change.
Right.
So that's what it was. And Southwestern will miss White, two-way player but it could have been a whole lot worse if you saw what we saw, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Right. So real quick, before you finish that thought, Dr. Jesse Pace and Dr. Patrick Jenkins, the Lake Cumberland Orthopedic Sports Medicine for athletes of all levels, from the weekend warrior to the professional. At Lake Cumberland Orthopedics, our goal is to get each patient back to the highest level of physical activity possible. We are proud to support local athletics by serving as team physicians for Lindsey Wilson College, Southwestern, Somerset, Pulaski, and Wayne County High Schools, and other athletes throughout the Lake Cumberland region. And, Mike, we're just about ready.
I'm ready. We've had a million things going on to get to the booth tonight, but I think we're on the air, partner.
And this will be your Entrust Healthcare kickoff, and Jace Gager has it teed up.
Pretty good shortstop.
Yeah, and deep for the Maroons is Winston Ford, and it's going to be a short kick that goes out of bounds on the far sideline at about the 20-yard line. And so Pulaski will open up their possession at the 35.
First decision that Pulaski has to make tonight. Have you ever thought about making them kick it again?
I have, but the pros and cons or whatever, you get the ball at the 35-yard line, that's a great starting position.
I agree. I'm just saying, do you ever think about that, or you just always automatically take it?
Not automatically.
I set. Let's see if they shift out of this.
Yeah, so Will Adams will come in at quarterback under center, big tight set. Kason Brock at the tailback position. He goes off the left side. He'll fight his way up to about the 34-yard line, so gain of 4 on first down. And they had Gunnar Lovelace, who you'll hear his name a lot on the defense, in as the lead block.
Now you go backfield. Now you go 5 wide.
Well, not quite.
No, okay.
We're going to go 4 wide with Adams under center.
Yes.
Now you have Idawine in motion and turns around and quickly gives it to him, and he runs around the right side. It is going to be close to the line to gain, but going to be about a yard short. So give him 5.
Yeah, basically 5. Third and short.
Where you want to be.
It certainly gives you all the options, whatever you want to run. I'm anxious to see the set.
It's going to be
a big set.
Yeah, you got Lovelace and Colton Kane checks in the power I formation, and Kaysen just takes it off that left side, and that tough sledding in there between the tackles, but he's going to pick up 2 and enough for the first down. The first one of the night for the Maroons.
Yeah, once again, in third and short, you have one primary goal. That's to pick up the first down. They did that. But Southwestern did a pretty good job of stopping that at the point of attack.
So what I've noticed, too, out of Southwestern's defense is Dumford is shadowing Denmeyer.
You noticed that.
And they're pretty much man coverage
How
everywhere else. And here is a sweep to Brock around the right side. He gets away from the would-be tackler back behind the line of scrimmage, and Braxton Walters, and he gets all the way up across
about 13
midfield
on the play
to about the 42-yard line.
If you noticed, you just mentioned Dumford. He ran through a tackle of Dumford. at about the line of scrimmage. So he had come across the formation.
And so Pulaski will flip the formation, and Dumford and Gallagher go that way.
Yeah. So we know what they're doing, or see.
And Pulaski playing a little cat and mouse. They send lead blockers that way. And here's a little trickery play.
Oh,
nice shovel pass to Idlewind, and he may take it to the house, Mike. And
House
sure
call.
enough, a great play call, 42 yards out.
That's
Ethan
a pass,
Idlewind,
correct?
That is a shovel pass. Will go down in the book as a pass.
Right.
For the first touchdown of the night, a Citizens National Bank touchdown by the Maroons.
The shift that you called out in the preset led to the defense shifting and then leaving that play. That's something we haven't seen this year, have we?
We have not.
I didn't know I hadn't seen it.
As Mounts on to attempt the PAT, Denmeyer hold, kick is up, and Bryson is true. And at 10:16 of the first quarter, the Maroons jump on the board first and lead this one on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard 7-0.
As parents, I feel like it's important that we teach our kids about financials, about budgeting, and about savings. We offer an e-student checking account and a GPA savings account. I immediately opened up both for my daughter. She has a debit card, which I am able to turn on and off with our mobile app because I'm also on the account. She has become more mindful of her spending, which is something that we want to teach her, is to be a mindful spender and to save as much as she can.
It's a great time to get your new F-150 at Alton Blakely Ford. The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's a desk inside the cab, a tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power onboard to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
We might. Welcome back. The officials are double parked. We didn't quite get the whole commercial in because they're back and Southwestern to kick off, and Mounts will do the honors.
So our second Entrust Healthcare kickoff of the night, and Mounts' kickoff will bounce at about the 20 and picked up on a hop and in a hurry by Colson Eichmann. And ball came loose, Mike, and there is a big turnover recovered on the play by Brian Ford. I did not see who forced the fumble, but Brian was there to recover it. And Pulaski is going to start deep in Warrior territory.
Give the receiver credit. He fought through 2 or 3 tackles and was trying to gain yards, but he was going laterally.
Right.
And there's always somebody else filling that next zone. And man, if you're Pulaski County, you don't script it any better than this.
And so the Maroons are going to get possession, again, deep in Southwestern territory, starting at the 27-yard line. And the same formation that they just scored on, 2 receivers to the near side. Lovelace goes in motion as the lead blocker. Brock takes the handoff right up the middle and makes a man miss. And that offensive line just kept pushing, and Cason's going to get at least 7 on first down.
You got to like that, though. You just bring Lovelace in motion and let him be the bam block or whatever you want to call it in the center, and let Brock read what he reads, and it's good for almost 8 yards.
So Toby Wright has checked in. Idlewind goes in the backfield, a pistol formation. Brock right behind Adams. Kaysen will get the handoff off the right side, patiently running, looking for a hole, and will cut up and get across the 20 down to should be enough for the first down.
Yeah, if they go with the guy on the other side, it's a first down.
And they finally do. So that is the third. First
that's
down. 4. Sorry, that's 4.
I know the officials. It's my goal to not tell you who they are.
Yes.
I hope I don't mess up.
No, we're not going to mention
No,
them.
we're not.
5-man crew tonight.
Well, Pulaski, they do have the 40-second clock working.
Stack formation to the left. 3 receivers up there. Idlewind, Denmeyer, and Finley. And there's a ball on the ground.
Lost it.
Adams tried to hand it off to Brock. and bad exchange, ball on the ground, and Southwestern returns the favor. Brody Walker is there to recover the fumble, so an opportunity to capitalize in a huge way goes by the wayside. So at 8:53 of the first quarter, we're still at 7-0, and Southwestern's going to get a do-over.
Just a handoff that was mishandled or misplaced. I
Right.
can't tell you from up here what it was.
Yeah, without the replay, I don't know if Will was trying to pull it out. It didn't look like he wanted to run himself,
No.
but Kaysen has been sure-handled most of the year. And so Southwestern's going to come out in a passing formation, 2 receivers both ways. Zach Benedict goes in motion, handoff to Walters right up the middle, and Walters runs hard up to the 25-yard line, so give him 4 on first down.
You know, Walters is not a prototypical running back. He's tall, and he still manages to get low enough to get the tough yards inside.
Yes, he does run hard, and he had if I'm not mistaken, and my memory is not good anymore, but he had a big game last year.
Monster. Yes, he did.
So same formation. Dunford splits out wide to the far side. Anderson at quarterback. Motion man is Benedict, and we got a
unfortunately
flag.
broke.
Yep, false start on the offense. So the 4 yards that Walters got, they'll lose 1.
And now you're behind the chains a little bit, and that makes the second down play even more important for Southwestern. Pulaski is in a 3-man front right now.
34 right now.
They sure are.
With 4 men in the secondary, 2 deep safeties, and Southwestern trying to spread them out to be able to run between or against those 7. And so same formation again, 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the right. Walters takes the snap, drops straight back, throws it to Walters in the right flat. He's got room up the right side and will get 12, enough for the first down. Steps out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, I believe is where they're going to mark it.
Their initial first down of the game.
So caught Pulaski in zone coverage, and Walters came out of the backfield, and there was nobody there with him, Mike. And
no, he had a full head of steam before any white jersey was in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Ryan just threw it out there to him. We've seen Pulaski use that exact same play a lot this year with some success with Brock. Now Southwestern will change it up a little bit. They'll send 3 receivers to the near side. Trip formation. Walters and Anderson in the shotgun. Walters back to pass. Throws it out here in the flat. Then it's going to be caught this time by Zach Benedict for a very short gain. I give him 1.
I'll give him 1. I don't know if they thought they had Dunford out here as the widest of the receivers, that he might drag the coverage off.
Right.
And it turned out that didn't happen.
Well, and one thing that we've seen from Coach Burns' defense is you've chronicled it. They show man, they morph to zone, they show zone, morph to man. And in that situation right there, they thought they had him in man coverage.
Ping with a really nice tackle.
Pistol formation. Anderson hands it off, and that's not Walters that time. I'll get you his number when he gets up. That's Benedict, who's been kind of the Swiss Army knife so far. He's been a lead blocker, a wide receiver, a running back, and he's going to pick up 4 and make it 3rd and 5. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
6:27 to go, opening quarter, 7-0 Pulaski on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Twins wide receiver split both ways. Walters off of Anderson's left shoulder. They look to the sideline. And Ryan,
they're still looking at the sideline.
Ryan, he's got hands up in the air. He looked at the play clock. They finally get something called.
That's a universal signal.
What do you mean? So
What?
Walter switches sides, and straight back to pass is Anderson, and he finds his receiver Parker Burton. Looks like
first down, I think.
Yeah, going to be a gain of 5 and will be a first down for the Warriors. So, quick passing attack for Southwestern so far. Trying to take advantage, not allowing the Pulaski defense to put any pressure on Ryan Anderson.
Well, 3rd and 5, what do you need? You need 5.
Go get 5.
You run a 6-yard route and get knocked back, and there, too many times I see teams run the 3-yard route when it's the 5 yards, and then the guy gets tackled, and you say that didn't make a lot of sense, but that was well designed.
So Pulaski has changed up their defense a little bit. Now they back off. They had 4 across the line. Now they've got 3 handoff to Wall. He got walloped.
Couldn't see the missile at the end.
That's Colton Kane.
That's Kane, yeah.
Walters hit the tackle gap and spun off of it, and when he did, Colton Kane was there to clean him up, and a big collision and results in no gain.
I don't know if anybody's into the collision commercial right now, but that was one of them.
Yeah, that was by far the hit of the night. We're way early, 4:52 on the clock.
Kane was headed downhill.
2nd and 10 from the Warriors, threatening midfield. Anderson back to pass. He looked quick, wasn't there, tucks it and will run, and he makes
Good
a
job.
Loveless miss at the 45 and gets across midfield to the 49 of the Maroons and will set up short yardage, give him 8.
Yeah, 8, and you've set up the situation now that even if you don't pick it up on 3rd, you can think about going for it on 4th down, across the midfield stripe.
Exactly. So 3rd and 2.
An impressive drive by Southwestern.
And they get a couple of big bodies in, a couple of receivers out. You're
Add another big body to that.
Yeah, they're just shuffling them in and out.
Yeah.
And so looking to see Southwestern line up in their power running game for the first time tonight.
Benedict brought the play in. He was the last one.
And we do have an offset, unbalanced left eye formation, and Anderson is going to keep it himself on a little quarterback sweep, so to speak.
Well described.
And he'll pick up 3 and get the first down.
That was well described, partner. Quarterback sneak sweep.
Not take it up the middle. Let's take it and go off tackle.
You see some of that in pro football now where they're starting to the guys bouncing outside because they've got so much traffic on the inside. Are we okay?
Yes. I had a question about who is 44 for Pulaski County, and that question has been asked before, so I know that's Colton Kane. Walters off the left side, fighting for yardage. He gets brought down on the play by Loveless, and also in there is Colton Kane, gain of
I'm pretty
2 yards.
sure you're in 4-down territory now. What do you think? Anderson's going to check back in, I think. He's not sure. Yeah, he's waiting on the play call. Okay.
Yeah, he came over here on the sideline, and I don't know if he was getting water or a mouthpiece or something, but he ran back on the field. And
still 12 seconds when he gets in the huddle.
A fast-moving first quarter. We're almost at the 2-minute mark. And Pulaski has had 2 possessions. This is Southwestern's first. He gives a little fake. Walters bounces it off left side. Gets across the 40 down to about the 36-yard line.
Another first down, I think.
It's going to be real close, and they do give him the first down. So gain of 8 for Walters, and will be a 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
So Southwestern fumbled on their first snap.
On the kickoff
return. Excuse me. This is their first drive, and it has been impressive.
Matriculating down the field.
Matriculating. We don't have to spell it, do we?
No.
Okay.
And if you can't spell it, you're not supposed to be allowed to use it.
And you're right. This quarter is flying by because neither team's in a hurry to get to the line of scrimmage.
And Southwestern has thrown it, and Anderson drops back to pass again. He's under some pressure, scrambling around. Now reverses field, still looking down the field. He's going to throw it, and it is going to be called in
by that's Haynes, I think.
Yeah, they're going to say it was caught. Logan Haynes just came back helping his quarterback. It's going to be a short gain, but it's not a big sack.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that had 15-yard loss written on it if you take the sack. So,
right. So a gain of 2 will bring up 2nd and 8. And that play itself took 30 seconds. Officials are trying to wind the clock, and it was running the entire time, so I'm not sure what they were trying to do. The clock's already down to 1:25 in the first quarter.
And the play clock's at 6.
And Southwestern's okay with that. Dumford is checked in the backfield, and he's going to get the carry around left side. He's trying to find some space, and flag comes in late as Dumford runs out of bounds. He's going to get about 6 on the carry, but I believe you're going to have a hold, and this one's going to be nullified. Back judge threw a flag about 22 yards.
Dumford giving his opinion of the call. I saw him looking at the coaching staff.
And it is being marked off against the Warriors. So from the spot of the foul, and that should take it back, and will end up being second and about 11.
Third penalty of the game against Southwestern.
Is it?
Yeah, they had
the false start.
They had a false start, and they had another one somewhere. I don't remember. 2 5s and a 10.
Gotcha. So the clock will continue to wind as we reach under a minute. Still 7-0.
And Dumford does something that a lot of good backs do. Did you see him leaning forward before it snapped?
Run behind your pass. Now, Dumford is going to take the snap. So your Swiss Army knife on offense at quarterback. 5 wide receivers set. Dumford looking to pass. Slings it out there to the right flat, and it's going to be caught out there by Brighton Burton. And it's going to be real close, and it is another first down. So giving 12 on the pass and catch.
5th first down of this drive. That was Burton on the catch, correct?
Yes, so Dumford to Burton for the first down, and Anderson will stay on the sideline over here.
Well, again, everything that Southwestern's tried to do, and they're not going to snap it off.
No,
we're going to end the first quarter.
That's going to be the end of the quarter. So here from Southwestern High School, Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Pulaski leads this one 7-0, but Southwestern is threatening to tie it up.
At Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you.
Here to come in 17500, here to come in 175 too. I ain't $200 got it here to come in a quarter.
Like successful sports programs, putting together a successful auction takes a lot of planning, organization, attention to detail, and teamwork. And you need dedicated and committed people pulling together. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we've been successfully selling the country since 1965. Ford Brothers Auctioneers. Give us a call or visit us online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
At Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services, your mental health matters. Life's challenges can sometimes feel overwhelming, like a tough game with no timeouts. For 25 years, Entrust Healthcare has been a trusted teammate offering individual, family, and couples counseling as well as case management services, all tailored to your unique needs. Our caring and experienced counselors will help you develop the skills and strategies to tackle challenges head-on. Entrust offers convenient in-home, in-office, telehealth, or in-school counseling sessions so you can get the support you need. Back to the game. Dumford stays at quarterback, takes a direct snap, finds a seam around the right end and bounces off a couple of would-be tacklers, and he's going to pick up 9 on first down. Takes the ball inside for the first time, the Rick Barker red zone, and the ball spotted at the 17-yard line.
Lovelace made the tackle, but that was the first paw that was put on Dumford.
Yeah,
it was 8-9 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Well blocked.
Yep.
Dumford got space. And, you talk about Walters being a big back. Dumford is long and
He's
athletic.
a big man.
Yeah. So Ryan Anderson checks back in. Dumford will be split here to the near side. Single receiver, trips to the far side. And the Maroons jump off sides. And Southwestern will get a free first down.
first penalty against Pulaski County, but it does result in the 6th first down by Southwestern.
And that takes the ball down to the 12-yard line. Just underway here in the second quarter. Southwestern High School, Toyota Somerset High School football. And if you are just now coming to the game, it's going to be hard to find a seat. There's
Bring
a great
one with
crowd.
you. Bring one with you.
There are 3 or 4 deep, standing room
they
only.
are. There's a monster crowd here.
Both sidelines, both stands are full. And Dunford will report back in at quarterback, take the ball, run himself, and gets hit in the backfield. And then here comes the entire cavalry from the Maroons to clean him up. And
he slipped Ping's initial tackle, but there was a whole lot of other people there eventually. He'll lose a yard.
yeah, so somebody on the offensive line missed an assignment, and it allowed the Maroons defense to swarm.
Well, I don't know how much gaming Pulaski's done so far. I haven't seen a whole lot of it, but at some point in time, you got to start bringing people into the gaps and making Southwesterners see something they haven't seen.
And Dunford checks out. No, he stays in. Now he goes wide
you
left.
got to find him.
And so same formation they've opened the game with. And Anderson rolling that way. He's under some pressure again right off
Somebody
the bat.
forgot
There's
him.
Finley.
Broderick Friendly's back.
So 2 plays in a row. You talked about bringing some pressure, and 2 plays in a row, you've seen a white jersey in the backfield almost immediately.
And that's a monster loss.
And, yeah, so Finley gets the sack. Ball's taken all the way back to the 24-yard line, and that's a loss of – do the math. That's going to be a loss of 10. The ball was at the...
Now you're in third and pretty long.
3rd and 22.
And you were, before that last sack, probably in Gager's field goal range.
Right.
I don't think you are right now. It would be 42 or 3 yards.
So Dunford now has moved into the slot on the near side. Anderson back to pass. Pulaski shows some pressure. There was a hold, and here comes the flag. And the pass is going to be incomplete. So now Coach Burns has a decision.
There was that other Finley on the defense.
Right. And they have already declined it. That was a quick decision.
I could have helped him with that one, I think, because you put him in 4th and 22. One of the players out there signaling kick.
Oh, and I could even call that one, and I did. Colton Kane was being corralled.
Well,
and so I do not see the kicker checking in to the game.
We see a new player checking into the huddle, but it's not the kicker. Well,
that's
Anderson's going to come back. The way they go to the sidelines, you can't find a quarterback until they send him back out. Yeah. Well,
and so 4th and 22.
The officials have signaled we're ready for play at 10 seconds, and Southwestern appears to be.
Yeah, still, we've got players for Southwestern, hands up in the air. They don't know the play. Anderson back to pass, throws it down the middle of the field, and it's picked off. Idlewild steps in front, and he may take it to the house, Mike. He's got one man to beat, and there's a great block by Colton Kane.
Oh, my.
And that is going to be a pick 6. And I said that was Idlewild. That's Finley from about the 5-yard line. That's a 95-yard pick 6. And Anderson threw it up, and Finley playing center field, saw the ball in the air, made a better break on it than the receiver did, got to the right sideline. There was a convoy of blockers and no black jerseys.
Finley won.
Yes. And takes it 95 yards. And so at the 8:40 mark of the second quarter, the Maroons couldn't take advantage of the first turnover.
So Pulaski turns it over as they're driving for a score down here, and now Southwestern returned the favor.
And one thing that I saw that you can't see, high snap, but Denmeyer goes up and gets it. Mounts puts it up and through. So at the 8:40 mark of the second quarter, Maroons now extend their lead to 14-0.
Reminds us that the Alton Blakely family of dealerships will have a post-game show. Join us after the game on Facebook for the Alton Blakely family post-game show. Entrust Healthcare and Counseling Services. Entrust Counseling. Your mental health matters. Life changes. Challenges can sometimes feel overwhelming, like a tough game with no timeouts. For 25 years, Entrust Healthcare has been a trusted teammate offering individual, family, and couples counseling, as well as case management services, all tailored to your unique needs. Our caring and experienced counselors will help you develop the skills and strategies to tackle your challenges head on. Entrust offers convenient in-home, in-office, telehealth, or in-school counseling sessions so you can get the support you need wherever you need it. Call Entrust today to learn more. Visit their website at entrust-healthcare.com. At Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services, your mental health matters. Once again, remind you all that tonight we had an interview with Brother Alan Dodson, and we are involved in a fundraiser for the Go Get 'em 38 Foundation. Check that out on your webpage when you're looking. Partner, I think they've about got, the other time they rushed like they had taxi cab problems. This time they lollygagged to get the kicking ready.
What did that make them? Lollygaggers.
Lollygaggers. How about a go to the house pick six?
Big time turnover, big score, and Mounts looking to put his foot to it, and it is a short end-over-end kick that's going to go out of bounds.
One of the coaches let it play off his head, I think. I don't know.
So to finish my thought on there went our light.
We killed the lights.
Finish my thought on the pick is what you couldn't see, and way behind the play was Dumford over here having a very animated conversation with one of the coaches, very upset.
Oh, yeah.
Because he doesn't even have a target in this game. He's ran the ball, but has not caught a ball. So look for him to get into the action.
Well, you got to think you got to get him in or get him out. Let's say that if he's you've got to get him involved in the offense. In that pass, there were two Southwestern receivers in the neighborhood of that pass. It's just it was thrown into the middle, and there's always bad guys lurking around in the middle about 15 yards over the middle.
Right. So shotgun formation again. Anderson gives the pump fake. Now he scrambles out of the pocket, throws it to the right side looking for Caleb Lunsford, and it goes incomplete. So
that was another play that was going to go for 3 or 4 yards, but on first down, it's important in this offense that they get positive yardage. This time they did not.
Yeah, and what we didn't see early on was Anderson able to stand in the pocket.
Yeah, that's over.
Right.
Because every time he moves, there's somebody who's been on a fire call. I mean, the spies are coming.
So when do you see a screen?
I think it's soon.
So 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Walters in the backfield, and we're going to get our first timeout of the game called by Southwestern. The Ron Shaw Realtor timeout, 8:34 on the clock before halftime. The Don Franklin Bowl. Pulaski leads it 14-0.
Well, once again, we want to thank all of our sponsors tonight. The Toyota of Somerset, as you gave them our title sponsor, and Forward Brothers Auctioneers, our presenting sponsor. We want to thank everybody for helping to make this possible. Don't forget, at the end of this game, we'll have an Offensive Player of the Game, the Somerset Community College Offensive Player of the Game. And we will have the Citizens National Bank touchdowns, and I think I forgot to say that on the pick six. But anyway, that was a Citizens National Bank touchdown, and you may have said it. So Ron Shaw Realtor, name you know, you, your friends and family are buying or selling real estate. It's Ron Shaw with Weicker Realtors Ford Brothers. Ron has a long-standing history of community services and is a proud sponsor of youth sports in the Lake Cumberland area. Ron truly cares for others and works hard for all of the clients, no matter the size or value of the property they're selling. You can contact Ron Shaw at 606-271-0774. Email him, ronshaw@gmail.com. That's Ron Shaw at Weicker Realtors Ford Brothers. Partner?
So back to the action here. Anderson comes out shotgun formation, hands to Walters. He bounces to the left side. Will pick up a few yards before he gets brought down out there by Idlewind, trips him up. Gain of 4 on second down, and we'll set up 3rd and 6. Opportunity for this defense to get off the field, Mike.
Well, if the defense can get off the field, that means that Southwestern's defense is going to be back out on the field. And Southwestern, a good drive in their initial possession other than the fumble of the kickoff. But the drive they put together was impressive. until Pulaski turned the heat up a little bit.
Yes, so shotgun formation again. Walters off Anderson's left shoulder, trying to draw the Maroons offside. This time they stay set, and Anderson looks to the sideline. Play clock's down to 5. Walters moves from left to right, gets the snap. Anderson drops back to pass. There's the screen.
Ooh.
And there was room, and Anderson threw a BB to Walters, and it falls incomplete, and that was going to be a big play.
If it came off his hand, though, and a little higher, Gunnar Lovelace had a full head of steam headed toward the other sideline, and that one was one of those. Could have been a really good play for Southwestern. Could have been a disaster play, and they're going to show punt. You buying this?
Yes, 100%. In this situation, you're down 2 scores. You cannot give Pulaski a short field. So Southwestern will punt and gets it away, and that's a good punt.
Yes.
We'll get down to about the 33-yard line and then take a Pulaski bounce, and the Maroons will take over right there.
It's only going to net about 25 yards because it had reverse spinach on it. It came back to the punter.
He needed the 6-iron instead of the wedge.
Hit the lob wedge instead, but you don't want to give them good field position, but you and I spoke earlier. The 35, we said, it's pretty good field position. Well, they're outside that, so Pulaski does have good field position.
And by the way, that was listed an offensive guard as your punter, as Elijah Ray did the punting.
Yes.
Pulaski comes back out on offense. Adams, shotgun formation, sends Denmeyer in motion. Here's a swing pass out here to Brock. and
not going to get much.
Excuse me. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on that one.
But I looked up and I saw a big 71 leading that little swing that they threw there. If I'm a 170-pound cornerback, I don't want to see that.
No.
I don't.
And I incorrectly said that was Elijah Ray. That was Thomas Doherty as the punter.
We can't see in here, but that's another story for another day.
Adams back to pass, design quarterback draw, and he gets into the secondary before he gets tripped up on the play there by Abnett and Doherty, but he's going to pick up 7 on second down and bring up 3rd and 3. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
Adams saw what he saw and took it immediately.
Yeah, that was a design.
Yep. Quarterback draw. Quarterback read. But you could tell. And now Pulaski's getting the call from the sidelines and everybody casually waiting around.
Toby Wright in the game here. He and Idlewine split wide to the left.
Pulaski's offensive line's saying something to the white hat. I'm not sure what it was.
Finley and Denmeyer split wide to the right side. Another design run by Adams, and he just follows his blockers across the 45 up to close to the 48-yard line, and that will be a first down for the Maroons.
5th first down of the game, and they are almost in Southwestern territory.
Got 2 yards shy. And we've got an official timeout for some blood.
It's an equipment thing. And one of the linemen for Pulaski were pointing before the last snap at one of the defensive linemen across from him. I don't know if he saw it or maybe I'm making this up, but I don't think I am. And you got to fix that.
So Pulaski comes back out on offense as Wilden checks in at tight end. 3 receivers to the right. Brock takes a handoff off the right side, and Southwestern ripping at balls. They've got players bouncing off, but Brock is going to pick up 2 on first down.
When are you going to go over the top to Denmeyer?
Well, like I said, you've got arguably Southwestern's best athlete shadowing him.
Yeah, and that's good for Southwestern. So.
And you don't want to put the ball in harm's way.
Okay.
If you can get Denmeyer the ball, though, on a screen, on a jet sweep.
A little crossing route.
Right.
Where all that traffic is in there.
You keep.
Am I on your foot?
There goes Denmeyer in motion. He does not get the ball. They do give it to him because Dumford came off of coverage. And
a little crossing route?
Well, it was just a flat. He went across and then pulled his route off. And Denmeyer is going to pick up. See where they give him Ball all the way down to about the 33-yard line, so that will be a gain of 13 and another first down for the Maroons.
Well, again, that was an easy pitch and catch to your break receiver. As you said, Dunford went behind all the traffic, and he was 8-9 yards off the ball.
And there was nobody covering Denmeyer.
Nope.
Idawine comes in motion. Adams looking to run the option, and he keeps
Blow the
it himself,
whistle.
makes a man miss, gets to the 20, all the way down inside the Rick Barker red zone at about the 12-yard line, and that is going to be a big gain of 27 yards.
Wow.
And Idawine and Adams looking to run the option out of the shotgun, Mike, and Adams saw a seam, took it himself, and a big gain.
Adams has a first gear that's pretty quick. When he takes that first step, he's pretty quick.
And that's the part of his game that Zach Anderson,
right,
while he's a good runner, he doesn't have the burst that Will Adams has.
Now, the first step is full speed.
Hand off to Brock. Looking to the left side, makes a man miss, cuts it back inside the 10, gets dragged backwards, but not before he gets down inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line, and we'll set up 2nd and 6, 4:16 before halftime, and Pulaski in a very good spot here to at least extend the lead to 17, but Coach Burns is going to call a Rick Barker timeout, and they're going to talk it over.
Well, I think there's going to be a discussion about ball security right now, but I don't know that. I'm just throwing that in for fun. Modern Systems, since 1979, Modern Systems has been protecting communities all across Kentucky and are proud to be part of the communities they serve, committing time and sponsorship to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbor, your friends, they work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you, from home to business to school and churches. Let Modern Systems be your trusted name in security. And don't forget Rick Barker, Godby Realty. We are in the Rick Barker red zone as Pulaski will break huddle. Don't forget the restaurant that they've opened up in Nancy out across next door to the Dollar General store. It's called the Rex. Let me tell you what it's called at my house.
Good food.
Good stuff. The service is good. The atmosphere is good. The people are friendly, and the food's really good. So, Rick Barker, congratulations, man. I think that one's a home run. Well, we're playing football. Maybe it's a touchdown. Yeah, let's
Pick
go.
six. We
Pick
had one
six.
of those tonight.
We had one of those. But anyway, back to action.
4:09 on the clock, and Southwestern has got back on defense. Pulaski comes out in a shotgun formation. Idawine and Denmeyer.
I thought they would come out jumbo.
Idawine comes in motion. Adams hands it to Brock, then fakes the toss to Idawine.
All that eye candy.
Right, and Brock will get down inside the 5. Ball spotted at the 4-yard line, so we'll bring up 3rd and 2 at gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, and again, you've got the pre-motion, pre-snap motion, you've got the misdirection and all that, and that's just a handoff to the back. Yeah, that's just run left.
And here's your heavy package, Mike.
Yeah, I thought it was
Kane
about time
and
for
Lovelace
this.
checks in. Anderson will stay under center. Denmeyer way right, handoff to
We
Brock.
got a flag.
And we've got it wasn't a delay game, but the flag came in from the back judge. We're going to have some kind of a legal substitution. Too many men on the field.
Too many on the field.
Something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11.
I don't see.
It's on the defense.
Well, does Pulaski have too many?
6, 7, 8, 9.
Well, it's going against Southwestern.
3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a 5-yard.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
BR,
there's 12.
BR 5. All right.
There's 12.
5-yard penalty,
Here
but more
comes
importantly, a first down.
Hunter Osborne checking out because you had 11 players here and Dumford out there. So Pulaski gets half the distance to the goal. Brock takes it off left side,
No sign.
and there
Yes.
is the signal. Touchdown, Cason Brock.
From 2.
2 yards out, and that is another Citizens National Bank touchdown for the Maroons, and they are out in front, Mike, 20-0.
Well, yeah, and the extra point from Mounts to come, but once again, Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard right now, Pulaski County, except for the fumble, their offenses looked really good.
Yes, it's been a good split as Mounts as PAT is up and good. So on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, the Maroons lead this one 21-0. You got something you want to read?
Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm producing while you're trying to talk. That's not fair. Keeping stats and the correct score is important for players, coaches, and fans. The same can be said about keeping your taxes and finances in order. For over 26 years, Randall D. Turpin CPA has been doing just that. If accounting's not your thing, then let the pros at Randall D. Turpin CPA do it for you. Proud sponsor of the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard located on Parkers Mill Road in Somerset. Melinda, I hope you're listening, because when I make a mistake in a few minutes, you can send me a text. Promo Lawn Service. We'll select the lineman of the game at the end of this game. And I tried to mow my yard one day this week. This is Friday. It would have been Tuesday. And my lawnmower of 12 years decided it was ready to give up the ghost.
Is it going to the same place for your little roadster, your convertibles?
That's cold.
Okay,
all right,
okay,
we're not going to go there. We're going to go back to the game because you've opened a wound.
So here's the thing that we've seen this year from this Southwestern team. They have been here before. They've started off slow in a lot of their games and got behind and been able to fight back in some of them, but not in others. And this time Mounts puts his foot to it, and it's back to the 5-yard line, fielded back there by the Warriors. And there is face mask going to get a flag comes in.
You're going to get 9 the easy way on the return. Then you're going to get a face mask on the backside of it.
Colson Eichmann on the return, but Colton Kane reaching for jersey, something, got his hand up in the mask, and so we're going to have 15 yards. No, they got a horse collar. They call it a horse collar tackle.
A horse collar from the front? I'm through.
I mean, if you get your hand up into the opening of the
you're
shoulder
not allowed
pads,
to do
though,
this.
Then
anyway, it's 15 against Pulaski. The thing about that, ifs and buts, if you didn't commit the penalty, you had Southwestern deep in their own territory. Now they've got breathing room, 3:17 to go and 2 timeouts. That's time to get stuff done.
But still, ball at the 29.
That's not great field position.
Yeah, they still have not been able to match. PC's had the 35, the 35, the 50 kick of return. It's been all.
Do you go comfortable if you're Pulaski, or do you turn loose the attack?
In this situation, 3:17, I am going to double Dumford. I'm going to play base coverage, and here's a pass quickly out here to the right flat, and a good job there by Brighton Burton getting what he can. He's going to pick up 6, and Finley comes up and lays a lick on him.
Well, that broke a string of an interception and a couple of incompletions and they're going to go quickly. He didn't get out of bounds, obviously.
No, they tackled him inbounds. And they give him 7. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line.
I gave him 6.
Okay, well, that's that 1 yard.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not correcting it. I'll get it next time.
So Anderson and Walters in the backfield, hands it off to Walters. And he looks like he's shut out of a cannon, but Cannon hit
a guy who's been out of for a week or two, and Broderick Finley, I think, was at the bottom of that. I'm not sure. Walter's only going to get a couple.
And he was slow to get up, too. I mean, he ran into...
Well, that's a real-life collision.
Yeah. So 3rd and 1, clock getting ready to wind, will be under 2 minutes.
Dumford looking at the sidelines, and they're signaling in plays, but...
And they're going to flop the formation.
They're 20 seconds into the clock right now.
Yeah,
in a hurry-up offense, and they're still not set.
No, and still looking to the sideline as the play clock is down to 10. The game
are they setting up some kind of trickeration here?
No, I think they're trying to get the play called.
Oh, they better hurry.
4 seconds. Burton goes in motion, and we get
Timeout.
a flag. Well, no, we got a flag.
They're going to call the delay.
No, false start.
False start. I was looking at the play clock, so I'm cheating.
So all of that, you're in a hurry-up offense.
And you lose 40 seconds off the clock.
All the way down inside of 5, and you end up getting a penalty.
Yeah.
And across town, Somerset is hosting Leslie County tonight.
What's the score?
42-7.
Paul Wright
Somerset.
on the call. They dusted him off. They went in a deep, dark hole somewhere and found him. Paul Wright's doing the call tonight. Bob Boone under the weather, and we wish them the best, but I thought Somerset would win that game.
Oh, he's got it's halftime, 42-7.
It's a running clock, isn't it?
Yes, sir. So empty backfield. Anderson looking to his right. Quickly thrown out here. He threw it before his receiver ever came out of his break. It was intended for Parker Burton, and it will be incomplete. And now what you've done, Mike, with the timeout, with the penalty, with the incomplete pass, look what you've done. You gave Pulaski the ball back with 2 timeouts and a minute 38 on the clock.
And if you don't get better than a 25-yard punt this time, Pulaski's going to be in a very, very good field position.
So Southwestern 4th and 6. And there's some pressure, and does get the punt off, and
it's coming back at them again,
yeah.
though.
And so Adams, who's your starting quarterback, is your return man. And he got away from it, and they got a good bounce as the punt from, and it is Elijah Ray. I had it right the first time, and I took it away, but that was Ray on the punt, and it's going to end up being
28, maybe. What was it? Maybe more, maybe less. Doesn't matter.
No, I'm right, 26, 27, 28 yards.
That's where I'm at.
And so Pulaski is going to get the ball again in great field position.
Now, Pulaski has time.
41-yard line, a minute and 30 on the clock, 2 timeouts. And what we have seen from Pulaski, when they run their hurry offense, they don't take 40 seconds.
That was just a tough situation for Southwestern. They just couldn't get on the same page down here.
Idlewild comes in motion. There's the option play. There's a flag.
There's a hold.
Get a hold. Idlewild is going to pick up 4, but it will be. And Mike, the thing about that was the option play, and Idlewild kind of got way out ahead of.
Which is how you end up with holds.
Well, that plus that's a long underhand shovel toss that could have been bad.
And it can be somebody on a fire call coming from the backside, cutting through that gap, and the next thing you know, you handed him a touchdown.
Right.
But if you're Pulaski, you got to think, well, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. I'll leave it at that.
1st and 20. 1:24 on the clock. Adams takes the snap, fakes the pitch. Now he's looking down the field. He throws it into coverage, and Idlewild goes up over.
They're saying no catch or yes.
No, yeah, that's a catch.
Oh, my. From the 36 to, that's 14, 24, 31, 33 yards? Somewhere in that neighborhood. Say yes.
Yes. And in coverage there was Zabery Cox, and Idlewild goes up and gets it. And Adams in a hurry takes the snap, rolls out to his right. He's going to get positive yards.
People in the tent over there getting knocked down.
Adams will pick up 2 or 3. We'll figure that out once they get it spotted. Clock is stopped just under a minute, 56.7 seconds. They give him a gain of 1 on the scramble.
Can I see your scoring recap just a second?
Sure.
You keep working. I'm playing over here.
So 2nd and 9. Ball is down at the 32-yard line. Got what you need?
Yeah, I was just checking back. The Idlewild shovel pass was a forward pass. It's technically passing yards, right?
Yes, correct.
Trying to make sure of that.
So Toby Wright and Denmeyer split here to the near side as Lovelace and Idlewild go in motion. Ball is handed off to forward, and he gets around the left corner, left side, and he's going to take it into the house, Mike.
33 untouched.
33 yards. And Winston Ford, just on a sweep out of the backfield, got the corner, broke contain, made a cut back to the middle of the field, and was untouched in. So,
well, right now, if you're Southwestern, the last 2 minutes of this opening half backfired.
By far.
You didn't get the drive you wanted, and you gave Pulaski points. Bad snap.
Fire call.
Denmeyer hits for the pylon. He's going to get there.
And he will get the 2-point conversion. And so with 48.1 seconds on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, the Maroons now lead 29-0.
Things are going well when you have a bad snap. Fortunately for Denmeyer, it was a high snap, so he could come up out and be accelerating, but that one puts a little salt in the wound, I would think. Mentioned Rick Barker earlier. Rick Barker, Godby Realty and Auction. Name you know, names you can trust. Real estate and auction service for farm, commercial, residential, and personal. Godby Realty and Auction has 49 years experience in the real estate and auction business, and they're ready to put that to work for you. Go online at godbyrealty.com for more information. Chris, I was going to mention in our opening, and I didn't get around to it. This rivalry has gone on for a long time. Southwestern's won the last 6. If you go back to beginnings of these things, I don't think anybody ever won more than 3 in a row. This was the longest stretch, and most of the games up until recently had been relatively close.
Right.
This one is going to fall into the category, unless Southwestern can find their mojo right now. They're in danger of one more score, putting them in a running clock.
So since 2010, Southwestern leads the series 12-9.
Yeah.
But
the last
since
6.
2020, Southwestern is 6-0, and there is not a senior on the Pulaski County team
who's ever
beat Southwestern.
That's a good stat.
Idlewine is the kicker, and he kicks it back to the 10-yard line, and it's fumbled, and the receiver falls down
at the 10-yard line,
at the 10 or 9-yard line.
Maybe the 9-yard line.
Everything that can go wrong for the Warriors here in the first half. That was Zach Benedict on the return.
Just tried to back up to make sure he caught it cleanly and hung a heel. It looked like
that was number 15, Caleb Lunsford, not Benedict, and he bobbled it. It went to the ground, and when he tried to pick it up, he got his feet crossed up.
Yeah.
And Southwestern is going to take over at the 11-yard line.
Well, Southwestern's got Dumford and a lineman and a quarterback about to join them as the play clock will start soon.
You can't see it. Mike and I sitting up here high in the press box can. The body language on the home sideline is one of defeat right now.
Well, obviously, they are stunned, I think, a little bit. I'm a little bit stunned.
So I formation. Anderson hands it off to Walters off the right side, and he's fighting for yardage. And flag comes in. The ball came out. Yep. That was a fumble.
That's what it was. That was a hacky sack.
Yeah, because Walters was getting banged around there like a pinball machine.
Give him 4 on the carry.
Yeah, so 2nd and 6. Clock's under 20 seconds here in the opening half, which has been all the visitors from Pulaski County. And I think, Southwestern's going to line up to run one more play. Do you run a play action, or do you just hand it off
to throw
and
it
go
over the top?
So why do you even run a play?
I don't know if you're going to.
And Walters runs right into another big white wall.
Got a yard.
He got nothing.
Got nothing?
Nothing. And so that is going to take us to halftime here at the reservation, Southwestern High School, Toyota Somerset High School football, the Don Franklin Bowl. And here at halftime, Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, the Maroons all over the Warriors 29-0. We're going to step away for halftime. Let the players get to the locker room. Let Mike give you some numbers. I'll give you a scoring recap, and we'll talk a little bit about the rest of the game and bring you the second half after this.
Not everybody qualifies for a traditional mortgage. That's why the secondary market exists. It's there for down payment assistance, low down, no down payments, closing cost assistance, grant programs. Typically, there's no local point of contact for a secondary market loan. We're changing that whole process. That way, there's someone here to guide you through from application to clear to close and everything in between.
Best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag. Back and better than ever. Just $5.99. Mix and match any 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Any 2 plus fries and a drink, all just $5.99. Hardee's Original Bag. Loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck.
It's a great time to get your new F-150 at Alton Blakely Ford. The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's a desk inside the cab, a tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power onboard to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150. And right now, get a no-charge leather package upgrade on every purchase of an F-150 XLT at Alton Blakely Ford.
And welcome back to Southwestern High School, Toyota Somerset High School football. The Maroons and the Warriors have went to their locker rooms to figure out how they're going to handle the second half. But in the first half, it was all the visitors from Pulaski County.
But before you go down that path, I want to mention one thing.
Okay.
Pulaski was up 7-0, and Southwestern was driving down there to our right. And the pick six, the house call, whatever you want to call it, the whole place, the complexion of this game changed on that one throw.
Yeah, you go from having a tie ball game
Yep.
to a 2-score ball game, and then Pulaski gets a 3-and-out and scores, and then they get another 3-and-out and score. I mean, like I said, it's, quickly, and as you'll see, in the opening quarter there was 1 score. And Ethan Idlewine, very early on PC's first drive, took it on a little shovel pass from Adams, 42 yards into the end zone, and after the Mounts PAT, the Maroons would be on top 7-0. And as Mike just alluded, Southwestern was on the drive to look to tie this thing up, got a holding penalty, backed them way up, and Anderson had 2 receivers down there, but Finley stepped in front of it and took it 95 yards back the other way into the end zone. And after the interception return for a touchdown, Mounts PAT would make the lead 14-0. PC would get the 3-and-out, get the ball back, and drive down the field all the way down into the red zone, and Kason Brock would put the exclamation point on that drive from 2 yards out. After the PAT by Mounts, the Maroons would now lead 21-0. That was at the 3:24 mark of the second quarter. Some ill-advised play calling, incomplete passes, gives the ball back to PC with about 1:30 remaining in the half. And after a couple of rushes, Winston Ford checks in, his first touch of the night, and he takes it 32 yards down the left sideline. He cuts back to the middle of the field, goes in untouched. The PAT attempt, high snap. Denmeyer goes up and gets it, outruns the Southwestern defense into the end zone, and 2-point conversion is good. And that leads you to the halftime score where we're at now at 29-0, Pulaski over the Warriors.
The magnitude is more than I thought. I thought if Pulaski came over here and played good football, they would be able to move the football. I told several people, Southwestern averages 18 points a game, I think, right now. I told several people this week, 18's not going to win that football game. You're going to have to score more than that against Pulaski County. Well, they got none in the opening half, so I'm just going to leave that. I'm not beating that horse. I'm just saying. And you got Pulaski, who averages around that 29, not quite, but very close. What is it, 38.7? And they're well on their way to their average. So if you look at this game, Pulaski pretty much played their game. I'll give you some numbers. You ready for some numbers?
I am. Southwestern,
first half, they had 6 first downs. I think all of those, or 5 of those at least, came in one drive. They rushed the ball 14 times for 37 yards, 6 of 10 through the air, 9 of those from Anderson, 1 of 1 by Dumfort, 6 of 10 for 40 yards, 24 offensive snaps for 77 yards, and that's in the neighborhood of 3 yards per snap. They punted it twice for a 26-yard average, penalized 5 times for 30 yards. They fumbled it once. They threw one interception that was the 95-yard. I don't know officially, but I think that's what we gave it. 95-yard pick six to the house by Finley. And that's where you are. 2 turnovers and only 77 yards of offense. You can see how you don't have many points on the board. Pulaski County, 10 first downs. They rushed the ball 15 times for 119 yards. 4 of 4 through the air for 86 yards. 19 offensive snaps, 205 yards. No punts, 3 penalties for 30. They lost a fumble. No interceptions. 1 turnover. Once again, the stats pretty much tell you that on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, it's 29-0 Pulaski here at the half. You want me to do individuals now, or you got something you want to do?
You go right ahead,
I'm going to go right ahead. I'm on kind of a roll.
You are doing well.
For Southwestern, the leading rusher in the game, 8 carries for 23 yards. Walters earned every one of those yards. He had some tough sledding. Dunford had a couple carries for 8. Anderson, I think, credited him with 1 yard net on 3 carries. Burton had a couple catches for 18. That's about it. We gave you Anderson. He completed his first 4 passes. After that, he went interception, incomplete, 1 completion, and an incomplete. So he's 5 out of 9 in the opening half. Dunford was 1 of 1. He was 12 yards on the 1 pass he completed. For Pulaski County, well, you're going to probably pick a player of the game after this is over. I'm going to leave that to you. But Brock had a good first half, and I'd say that he had 9 rushes for 41 yards and a touchdown. That's pretty good production. Ottawa had a carry for 5. Let's see. I'm trying to think I made a mistake. You don't believe I made a mistake, do you?
No.
That ain't happening. Adams, I had him for 4 carries for 40 yards. And Ford, 1 carry for 33 yards and a touchdown. Denmeyer, 1 catch, 13 yards. Ottawa, 1 catch on a shovel pass that went 42 yards to the house.
Yes. And
so, again, I come back. Adams, the freshman who's in a big game, and I said maybe it would be, a tough stage for the freshman. He's 4 of 4, 86 yards and a touchdown. So those numbers, they don't lie tonight. Sometimes numbers will trick you a little bit, but the turnovers, 2 for Southwestern, 1 for Pulaski. The penalties are pretty close. They're not very much. But Southwestern just could not, other than the 1 drive that ended in the pick 6, they could not get their offense started.
So, just, looking at the numbers, what jumps off the page at me is Southwestern has owned this game for the last 6 games, and they have owned it on the ground. And
that's correct.
They have outrushed, outplayed, and I would guess outgained totally Pulaski County's offense. Well, tonight, it's just the opposite. When you have 77 yards of total offense, and from your is your strength is your rushing game, and you've rushed it 14 times for 37 yards, there's something bad wrong there. Where Pulaski, what jumps off, as you mentioned, you have a freshman quarterback in playing and starting in the biggest rivalry in the county between the 2 county schools, what has been dominated by the blue and orange of Southwestern. You put him in there and you don't ask him to do too much. And
no, I think the game plan I'd touch with that. I think the game plan was absolutely tailored to let him do what he does.
Now, if the running game does not have the success that it has, you don't have the return, the pick 6 by Finley to give you an easy score there.
Yeah.
And then you ask Adams to do more than what he has done. Could he have done it? I'm not saying he couldn't. The kid is definitely talented.
He never got exposed to it.
Right, exactly. So, but as it is, you've allowed your freshman quarterback to get comfortable. You've allowed him not to be the spotlight of the game, and the offense has come out and done what they've done. They put 29 points on the Southwestern Warriors defense, and you got two different locker rooms right now, and there's two different, very distinct conversations going on in those locker rooms.
Well, again, and I'm just going to bring this up. You got to make sure if you're in the Pulaski locker room, you sustain what you brought. You stay at the level that you're playing at. It's not 29-0. It's a one-score game. The other thing of that is you got to be mentally strong in the second half that crazy things don't happen in this football game.
So real quick, and I'm going to let you do some business there, but to your point, if you were Coach Burns in that locker room right now, and I'm not going to use the term that I used when I was coaching, but you have your foot on the pedal, and you have an opportunity here to send a strong message. Do not let off the pedal.
And there's been some messages floated back and forth between these two programs that I'm sure that there are those sitting across from us, maybe listening to us tonight, who would like to see this turn into a rout. What I'm telling you is you've got to be careful. Both of these teams are going to be in the playoffs. Both of these teams, I think, will go at least 2 rounds deep in the playoffs.
And may face each other.
And may face each other. Well, it could, but RPI's got to get involved.
Right.
I don't understand RPI. If you all do, somebody call me. Promo Lawn Services will select the alignment of the game. You're tired of battling weeds and overgrown grass. Promo Lawn Services here to tackle your yard. Hey, go. So you can relax and enjoy it. We offer expert mowing, trimming, edging, hedge trimming, and other specialized yard treatment to treat your lawn looking its absolute best. Promo Lawn Service, your lawn's MVP. Call today for a free quote and experience the difference. And I told you earlier, my lawnmower of 12 years may be ready for we're going to take it and park it next to the BMW that I own, and we're going to let them sit out there and rust.
We'll leave it at that.
All right, Hospice of Lake Cumberland, when a loved one faces a serious illness, it can feel overwhelming, but you're not alone. Hospice of Lake Cumberland is here to provide comfort, support, and dignity. Our team of experts focuses on pain management, emotional support, helping your families navigate this difficult time. We believe in celebrating life, even in its final chapters. Let us help you create moments of peace and connection. Hospice of Lake Cumberland, compassionate care when it matters most. The Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard shows us at halftime, Pulaski County leading Southwestern 29-0. Want to remind you, make your next event unforgettable with Sassy Spoon Catering. They specialize in crafting fresh, great-tasting food that will delight your guests, from elegant wedding receptions, dynamic corporate events, intimate parties to casual picnics and productive business luncheons. Sassy Spoon Catering has the perfect menu to elevate your occasion. Let us handle the food so you can have all the fun. Sassy Spoon Catering today, and taste the difference. We'll have also a CAN Health Case Management lineman of the game at the conclusion of this, and as a trusted SCL and Michelle P. waiver provider, CAN Healthcare Management helps individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities live independently in their communities. They strive to help clients increase independence, improve quality of life, and reduce caregiver burdens. CAN Help Case Management is vital in helping those individuals thrive within our communities. If you or someone you know can benefit from SCL services, please give CAN a call today. We have a live read in here for us. Do you know that?
I did not.
You ever heard of Lake Cumberland Sports?
A time or two.
One of our favorites. Thank you for running another broadcast of Lake Cumberland Sports. We've been bringing you live coverage of all your favorite local teams with over 100 broadcasts a year. Visit LakeCumberlandSports.com to see the full broadcast schedule and sort by your favorite teams. Plus, follow us on Facebook and YouTube for the latest updates and highlights. Be sure to join us on Wednesday, November 27th at Wings and Rings for our annual, yes, he said that, basketball coaches show. Also, I want to remind everybody that before the game tonight and during the game tonight, we are partnering in a fundraising with the Go Get 'em 38 Foundation. Kids deserve a chance to dream big, to learn, play, and grow, but sometimes they need a little help. That's where Andrew Dodson's Go Get 'em Team 38. Go Get 'em 80 comes in, supporting your sports, education, and spiritual development right here in Pulaski County. Every dollar you donate helps a child reach their full potential. Visit GoGetEm80.com and make a difference in a child's life. Go Get 'em 80, investing in our future, our children, one at a time. GoGetEm80.com. That's GoGetEm80.com. Partner?
I got a couple observations.
Observation? Should I sit down or?
No, please remain sitting. So you mentioned the RPI earlier, and I'm not going to pretend to know either. There's a link. You can go on there and click out how
it'll tell you how to calculate it.
Yeah, it's all there.
It will.
But if you look at it, Pulaski County, with their 3-0 district record, 5-3 overall, sits at .55009, ahead of 2 spots, Southwestern at .53616. South Laurel comes in at 3rd in the district at 51228. North Laurel at a distant 4725, and Harlan County all the way down there at 3825.
Those two are playing tonight, by the way.
They are playing tonight to determine who's going to be the fourth seed in this district.
South Laurel's the 3rd.
Now, the first 2 rounds of the playoffs will be cross-bracketing.
Yes.
Pulaski is in District 8. They will take on
District 7,
which is made up of East Jessamine and Montgomery County, who are playing each other tonight. West Jessamine and Madison Southern,
who are playing
each other tonight. And all 4 teams have a 1-1 record.
This is the Jeopardy question. How do you get there? Well, they're there.
They're there. So you're going to have 2 teams that end up being 2-1. You're going to have 2 teams that end up being 1-2. And these 2 teams will take on the 1 and 2 teams, and then South Laurel and then either North Laurel, Harlan County will take on the 2 and 1 teams. All that being said, we'll figure all that out here in a couple of weeks. Then the 3rd round, we'll go to the RPI, and we'll mix everything all up. But if Pulaski can win this game tonight, and they're 29-0, they are pretty much, as long as they take care of business, they'll go to Corbin next week, which is a reschedule from the earlier game, and then they will have 2 home playoff games.
Yes, as long as they take care of business. And the second one, if you look at the way some of the numbers could play out, might be against South Laurel.
Right.
And if it is, that would be John Hines coming back to Pulaski County. And, well, I don't know. There's going to be all kinds of emotions and stuff going on, but we're about ready to play football. Matter of fact, Pulaski's on the field, lined up, ready to go. Southwestern they're coming out. They'll get the second half kick, 29-0, as we told you before we went to break.
The second observation I have, Mike, we talked about earlier when Southwestern was driving that didn't know that they were in Gager field goal range. I sit out here during halftime while you were doing numbers and this and that. He come out here and he put it down on the 30-yard line, and it would have been good from 48.
Wow.
He missed one, but he made the rest of them, and he moved it all the way around. So Gager has the leg to make it.
Now you're to the point, but can you afford 3s?
No. So that's the
Dunford is deep.
So this is our Intrust Healthcare kickoff, and it's going to be kicked to the far sideline and going to be returned up to about the 25-yard line.
15 yards or so on the kickoff return.
And I did not pick up the number on who returned it, but Southwestern will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line to open the 3rd quarter.
Well, you don't have too many drives that you can't get you have to get points out of if you're going to get back in this game, because the drives, at least in the first half, took a while. The clock management, again, we're down to 14, and me and you, we could have a play called on the sidelines and save 30 seconds here, but that's just me thinking out loud.
Well, and so first possession here, Southwestern came out in a power formation, and they handed up the middle to their big fullback who is checked into the game.
You get a number?
Well, I'm trying. As soon as he will turn 32 on the carry, and
That's
that
Haynes.
is Logan Haynes, who was at the lead block, and he picks up 2 yards.
Yep.
But the one thing we've not seen from this Southwestern offense is there's not been any plays over 12 yards. No chunk plays.
Hull checked in on the defensive front.
And you've
Pulaski
also
County.
got Boone Godby
Yep.
in the game here at shadowing Dunford, and here's a toss sweep to Walters, and Colton Kane flies up and gets contained and make Walters cut back in, and that allowed the pursuit of the defense, and they're going to give Walters gain of 1 on second down, and it will be 3rd and long, which is where Southwestern has been a lot here in this game.
Kane just messed that play up.
Yeah, did exactly what your defensive end is supposed to do.
Exactly.
And so Southwestern, again, no huddle, looking to the sideline.
I think you're right. I think Godby has drawn Dunford.
Well, you've got Godby in press coverage.
And I got a safety
And
over
then,
the top.
Yeah, you've got Brock back here that is shadowing him.
Yep,
But
here he goes.
Anderson back to pass, looking for Dunford, and it is
Dribbled it.
woefully underthrown, and will one hop, and Dunford can't even come up with it on the short hop, and that will bring up 4th and 8 and a very quick 3 and out.
Yeah, again, I don't think that's what the halftime speech was all about. And
the body language I mentioned in the first half is carried over to the second half.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of emotion got spent in that first half. We'll see if they can come back and put a half together.
Elijah Ray will get the punt off, and it is a high wobbler that will go out of bounds somewhere around the 40-some. Then they're going to spot it right at the 40-yard line.
About 33 or so on the punt.
33-yard punt, and Pulaski is going to get worse field position than what they have been used to, all the way up at their 40-yard line.
Well, once again, Southwestern came out the quick 3 and out, and you've given Pulaski a chance. If they put a touchdown on the board, we're looking at a running clock.
Right. And so Adams will come back in at quarterback, shotgun. He's got Colton Kane off his right shoulder. Idlewind and Denmeyer split out wide to the right, and Brock just runs into the middle of the pile, lowers his shoulder, keeps his legs moving, and is going to pick up close to 4 on first down, Mike. 2nd and 6.
I don't think anything would make Pulaski any happier than to come out and run a lot of 4 and 5 yard gains, matriculate it down the field, as my partner said, and take about 25, 30 seconds off the clock on every snap. I mean, that's the key.
So Denmeyer and Idlewind flip sides, come here to the near side, which is the short side of the field. Anderson hands it to Brock off the right side, and this time it's not going to be as successful. They're going to spot him down, no gain on the play, and so it will stay 3rd down and 6 yards.
Pretty good job of submarining on the play, and I apologize. I don't know all the Southwestern players. We're operating in the dark tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of lighting issue here in the booth.
That was Elijah Ray. That was 59. I was trying to make sure. They have Alex and them tried. We're just kind of playing by braille tonight.
Adams back to pass, sets up the middle screen, finds Idlewind. He's got room, makes a man miss, picks up some blockers. Another man missed at the 35-yard line, and Idlewind is in from 45 yards out. A middle screen.
45 or
45.
Okay.
No, you're right. 55. They had the ball at the 45-yard line, but it was on the other 45, so that's a 55-yarder. So I talk about Southwestern not getting the chunk plays. Pulaski County, on the other side of it, have a 42-yard touchdown, a 95-yard pick six, a 33-yard touchdown rush, and now a 55-yard screen pass from Adams to Idlewind. Mounts' PAT is up and good, and so with 8 minutes and 56 seconds in the third quarter, Pulaski extends their lead to 36-0. And even though the KHSA changed the rule from 36 to 35, we've got 36 points and a running clock.
Wow. If you're that play was designed to pick up 8-10 yards over the middle like that. Idlewind just stepped out of a couple tackles early on. And what about the blocking downfield for him? I mean, the guys out in front of him, I saw Finley was one of them. I don't know who the other one was. Denmeyer. But you got guys willing to run 40 yards downfield to block for you in front of you. That's a good thing. By the way,
and again, you set Adams up for success. A short, easy pass.
5 of 5.
For over 200 yards passing.
Buck 41.
Yeah, Buck 41. Give him a little more credit.
2 TDs.
Pretty good night.
Now you add in the rushing yards that Adams has, and he's pushing 200.
Right. So
here we go. Is that Idlewind?
Yeah, Idlewind is taking over the kick-off duties. Mounts is still doing the PAT, but Idlewind going to score a touchdown, kick off, and he hits a laser beam that takes one hop and hits the Southwestern player. That's 30. That's number 30 for the Warriors. That is going to be Braxton Walters. That's lined up in the backfield usually. Has to go back and cover it, and clock quickly under 9 minutes. We're at 8.5, and this second half is going to go quick.
It is, and that was Wright that was down, I think, on the kick coverage that time. Once again, if you're Southwestern, you want to go and say, I can establish the fact I can run the football against you, but you really can't do that right now.
No.
And you got to see what they have up their sleeve.
So Anderson, shotgun formation, hands it to Walters. Walters makes a cut in the backfield. Jump cuts back into the center of the line. Going to pick up 2 yards.
He's earned every one he's got tonight.
You mentioned that it has been a very hard-earned
10 carries, 26 yards.
2.6 average, and he has not had a whole lot of green turf tonight.
And the thing is, he was bummed up. He had I was told it was a upper chest injury, and he's out there playing both ways and getting beat up, and they probably need him healthy for the playoff run.
Shotgun formation by the Warriors. Anderson takes the snap, fakes it to Walters. He's looking for Dumford, and good. Oh, you're going to get a late flag as Godby had the press coverage on. He laid hands on Dumford, and the pass was overthrown, but you're going to get pass interference on Boone.
There's really no such thing in high school sports, but that was an uncatchable ball.
Right.
Well, the officials are at least conferring about something. I don't know what it is. Do we have multiple penalties or just?
I only see the one flag.
Okay.
But now the pass interference on the Maroons.
Okay.
So it will move the ball up. That will be a first down for the Warriors. Ball will now be spotted at the 45-yard line. So that's only the second target for Dumford. He has no receptions in this ball game, and when you're able to take that level of athlete basically out of the game, you're going to have some success.
Yeah, I think just a couple weeks ago he broke the school record for receptions and yards in a game.
This time, Anderson hands off to Walters. He tries to bounce outside, and
Kane was held, okay?
And
the penalty flag hit the guilty party in the helmet.
A pink penalty flag.
I know, but
and hits the Southwestern player in the helmet, and he just looked at the referee like, "Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?"
And now, years ago, and I don't remember the name, maybe some of the listeners will, there was a Baltimore Ravens player, I believe, that got hit with a flag and actually injured his eye.
Damaged his eye.
Yes.
Cleveland Brown, I think,
was it Brown?
between me and you. But anyway, yeah. And he ended up suing the NFL and everybody else over it. But that one hit on top of the helmet. I don't think it hurt anybody, but The white hat threw it. He didn't mean it to hit the player.
Right.
It just did.
But he got the guy that committed the foul.
You got that right.
1st and 20. Anderson trying to set up a screen, gets the bubble screen here. The
Ball
comes out, and it is picked off the ground by Cohen Finley again. And there was a big hit. That was Brighton Burton, and he is still down on the play. Flag comes in. So we've got a whole lot of stuff going on right here.
Yeah, and I said it at halftime. I'm going to say it again. You got to shut your mouth if you're playing, and I don't know what we've got. But Burton took a heck of a shot.
Yeah, so I had the screen set up. He cuts back to the middle of the field. I didn't see who got his helmet on the ball, and you've got a personal foul face mask against the Warriors. So to add insult to injury, you're going to get the interception or the fumble recovery. That's the 3rd turnover of the game for the Warriors.
Finley's having a lot of fun.
Finley's had 2. And they will get the ball all the way down at the Southwestern 20-yard line, threatening the Rick Barker red zone as Burton is still down on the turf.
Yeah, he took a heck of a shot. He's sitting up. That's the good thing. That at least training staff is out there with him. And they've got him up. That is a good thing. Right. He's on his feet. May not know what day it is, right? And I shouldn't say that. He's probably just a little woozy, but he's strong. He walked off with nobody helping him.
That is a good sign.
That is always a good sign.
So
he can't fault that fumble. He just got in the hillbilly. He got blowed up.
And so they moved the ball back to the 22-yard line, not the 20. Still threatening the Rick Barker red zone, but with 4:40 on the clock. Power formation, Anderson.
Good defensive play.
Adams takes it off the right side, and you have, so here's what you're going to get. You've got Gunnar Lovelace is leading the convoy down there and blocking 15 yards downfield.
Yeah.
A good block. Southwestern player, a lot of frustration showing. He stands up and steps on Finley as the play is over. And so Southwestern, even though they stopped Brock for no gain, is going to get 15-yard personal foul called, and Southwestern is going to get the ball down, taking the ball down inside the 15 down to the 12.
Well, the outcome of this is over, okay? I mean, who's going to win is decided. What you have to do now is play a minute or 3:40 and a quarter and not get anything stupid if you're Pulaski.
And so give Southwestern's coaching staff a little bit of credit.
They call
right
timeout, cool everybody off.
Yeah, let's get everybody here under control. And so we have a Rick Barker in the Rick Barker red zone, and that's going to be a Ron Shaw Realtor timeout. It's game on at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. They're our official photography sponsor, capturing every exciting moment, every basket, every touchdown, every victory. Just like our local athletes, Don Franklin knows the importance of teamwork. With 5 Somerset locations working together, they'll help you find the perfect vehicle to get your family to the game and everywhere else you need to go. Visit the Don Franklin Family of Dealerships on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships, or stop by one of their 5 locations where they treat you like family.
Partner, we're about ready to go back to action, and I hope that's what that timeout was about. I hope everybody's going to have a reset right now and play football.
And so Pulaski will come back out in the power I shotgun formation, hands off to Brock off the left side. He's looking for some room, gets around the corner, and will take it down inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line, give him a gain of 4 on first down.
Again, if I'm Pulaski County, that run left is a good idea.
Yeah, you got some hog mollies.
Well, you got a Hank Williams Jr. fan and a kid that's in Hull that's the real deal. I'll run behind them.
Well, they're going to flip the formation and show run to the right, and they will fake it. Adams back to pass. He's got a wide open man out there, and that is Decker Wilden, I believe.
41.
Yep, that is Decker, and that is going to be a 8-yard touchdown pass. And again, you've set your freshman quarterback up for success, an easy play. Southwestern bites on the fake, looking to send 11 guys at Brock, and Finley just snuck out the backside and was wide open.
And he had an escort. Yeah. There was a Pulaski player running about 4 yards behind him.
So Mounts, PAT, snap is better, kick is better than that.
Officials come running in from the side, I hope.
Yeah, there's some jawing going on there in the trenches. But
I said I wouldn't mention their name. I won't. But this is a veteran officiating crew.
And they have done a good job.
So far, they're sitting on a powder keg as far as I'm concerned. They're doing a pretty good job.
So at the 2:15 mark, I believe it was, clock is continuing to run. We're under 1:50 here in the third quarter, and on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, 43-0 PC. And I'll be the first to admit, I did not see that score in the clouds.
No, I actually thought Pulaski was a pretty good football team. I haven't seen a lot of Southwestern, but I've seen bits and pieces, and they're a pretty good football team. They just tonight haven't been able to get out of their own way.
Right.
And Pulaski has looked like Pulaski has looked for the last couple of weeks. Pretty efficient outfit. Let's see, it will be Idlewild again, or are they going to let Mounts do it?
Looks like it's Idlewild.
It looks like Idlewild from here.
Dunford back deep. They're going to kick it away from him. And it is fielded back there at the 13-yard line and running up the right sideline. And there on the tackle was Toby Wright and Winston Ford. And they laid the wood. And the Warriors will take over their first play here of this drive. The ball spotted at the 30-yard line.
I had one of Pulaski's coaches tell me this week that Ford will be the running back we're still talking about years from now, that he's literally that quick, and he's not had a lot of snaps because he's playing behind the catch. It's pretty good. But they're blessed to have both of them and Idlewild, who's a hammerback. All right, we got a timeout.
No,
third quarter.
End of the quarter. Coach Foley is content to let the clock wind out, and so that will bring us to the end of the third quarter here from Southwestern High School, and it's been all Southwestern. You can have them.
Yeah.
43-0 on Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, and we'll bring you the fourth quarter momentarily.
Sassy Spoon Catering. Make your next event unforgettable. Sassy Spoon Catering. We specialize in crafting fresh, great tasting food that will delight your guests. From elegant wedding receptions to dynamic corporate events, intimate parties to casual picnics and productive business luncheons. Sassy Spoon Catering has a perfect menu to elevate your occasion. Let us handle the food so you can focus on the fun. Call Sassy Spoon Catering today and taste the difference. Also, Lake Cumberland Sports, we are so proud. I started to read this earlier, and they pulled the quick one on me, but the Lake Cumberland Sports will do over 100 live broadcasts a year in football, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball. No soccer this year, but we've done soccer in past years. And all that is done because our sponsors allow us to do this. They don't charge for anything, and if you see anything online of ours that you like and you want to share it with Grandma, feel free. Share it with Grandma. All of our stuff is available, and you can go to the Facebook page at Lake Cumberland Sports, or you can go online at lakecumberlandsports.com, and I'll shut up because we're playing football.
And the clock is already running. Anderson turns around and hands it to Walters. That's not Walters.
32. That's Haynes.
That's Haynes. Logan Haynes. Close family friend. And
of yours?
Of ours, yeah.
Well,
Amanda and Kevin Haynes. Amanda works with my wife and good friend.
Well,
good to see Logan. Good to see Logan getting some action there, and he gets a carry. They give him 3 on first down.
Who's in at quarterback? 17 has checked in.
Well, no, that's just the play call coming in.
Well, okay, 9's sitting on the bench.
Right. So I believe you're going to have Zach Benedict.
16.
Either 16 or 6. It's either Tayden Richardson or Benedict. As soon as I can get a sideline, and he is up to pass, and he throws it out here to Dumford, and that is Tayden Richardson.
First down.
And Dumford will get his first reception of the night, if I'm not mistaken, for a gain of about 8.
It is his first.
And it will be a Southwestern first down.
So that's Richardson at the slinger.
Yes, sir. Number 6, Tayden Richardson.
I got you.
Yeah,
first down.
You picked up Anderson here on the bench. He's over here with the helmet off.
Yeah, I think his night's over.
Right.
He has the look of.
And the starting defense for the Maroons is still out there looking to preserve this shutout. And this handoff, oh my goodness, there is Loveless and Idlewine out there to tackle Deshaun Sajor. And
you got it. It's Sajor.
He gets driven back for a loss of 1 on the play, and Loveless and Idlewine introduced de jour to this rivalry.
Ooh. Well, again, I think Coach Burns he's heard a lot. He's seen a lot. There's been a lot of talk. I think he's trying to send more than one message right now, and one that, what do they go by? What's my name? They're sending a message that they're back.
Right. So Richardson, shotgun formation, drops straight back. He's looking for Dumford, and a lot of contact, and Dumford just goes up over Godby down there and will get the reception. It's going to be a 20, 30, 31-yard completion.
Dumford undressed Godby at the end of that one.
He did.
Yeah.
And he comes back letting Richardson know, hey, get me the ball, young man. I can make something happen.
That's what you have to do. They used to say about Jake Johnson when he was at Pulaski, he's always open.
Right.
Dumford, because of his size and speed, he's always somewhat open.
So Richardson takes the snap, hands it off to de jour. He makes a man miss, gets across the 35 or 25 down to about the 21-yard line, Mike, and that's a gain of 9 or 8 on first down, and will set up second and short yardage. Clock's down to 8 minutes and 17 seconds, and Southwestern trying to get on the scoreboard, trailing 43-0.
Yeah, this would take the sting out. You never want to have a bagel on the final score, and we'll see if Pulaski can keep them out of the end zone.
So Richardson sends Haynes in motion. Looks for had the slant.
And misread.
Godby overplayed it.
Yep.
And that is going to be a 22-yard touchdown pass to Kendall Wesley from Richardson. And at the 7:45 mark of the fourth quarter.
Say 22.
Yes, sir. The Warriors on the board.
Well, Richardson, pretty impressive. That's 61 yards, 3 of 3, and a touchdown.
Godby had visions of...
Yeah, and he looked like he overran the football, did he? From my angle, it looked like it.
He went to take the slant away, and Wesley did not slant. And flag comes flying in late after the PAT by Gager is up and good. So I don't know if we're going to have some extracurricular activity, if we're going to have a Pulaski defender jumping the center. There's a couple things that can be called.
There could be, but they're going to have a conference. So.
No, here's the white hat to give the signal. Personal foul on the offense. Nope, on the defense. He pointed towards Southwestern.
So the point will count?
And you will get the kickoff now from the 45-yard line of the Maroons.
Okay.
So you're going to get an onside kick. I'm calling it now.
Oh, come on.
Sometimes you've got to take what you're given.
Well, yeah, I mean, you obviously go for the onside kick here.
Right.
And I happened to be at practice yesterday because my grandson played in a game at Pulaski County last night. And I got there early enough to do the coach's show. And what were they working on when I walked up on the field?
Onside kickoff recovery.
They were. I'm just telling you. It won't be because they weren't schooled at this.
So the clock's been running this entire time.
Yeah.
So you're going to be around the 5-minute mark before the possession.
In all
is
honesty,
decided.
if Pulaski possesses the ball here and has a first down, you can
Ball
just
game.
about say it's over unless Southwestern wants to use their timeouts.
So Southwestern, not a whole lot of hurry. They're going to spread out, looking like they're going to go ahead and kick it deep. But Pulaski's got 10 men within 15 yards of the ball.
Yeah, and now they're doing all kinds of body shuffling
Yeah,
out there.
you go here, you go here,
and
you come over this side.
Evidently the officials are being quite tolerant. Yeah,
And
there's the flag.
the flag for the delayed game.
Yeah.
Because even on a kickoff, you have a play clock. So
Yeah, I didn't want to beat the point, but that's a 5-yard penalty.
So we're going to kick it off from the 50-yard line.
And the clock continues to run.
Right, this whole time.
So if you want to do that again, you can take another minute off the clock.
Right. I mean, we saw Oregon do it to Ohio State. They took the loophole.
Yeah, they fixed that.
Right, yeah, they did. But you had an opportunity, and here is Gager, and he's going to kick it here to the left side, and he gets a hop and hits a Pulaski player.
Outstanding
and
play.
That was
number
Toby Wright, number 15.
Mr. Wright.
Toby Wright.
Yep.
Uses the old hockey goalie stop, uses the shin pads, and knocks it down, and then falls on top of it. So
they did the fake kicker. You start one toward the ball, the other guy comes in, all the eye candy, but unfortunately for Southwestern, it results in Pulaski with fantastic field position. But let's see who's there's right at wide receiver.
You've got your starting.
That's the starting offensive
you've got
front.
Your number ones. You've got Brock and Adams in the backfield. You've got Wright in there. You've got Denmeyer, Idlewine, Decker. You've got your entire starting offense. And Adams takes the snap and looking to pass and got an out and up looking out here. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, at the 3:25 mark of the fourth quarter, that is the freshman's first incomplete pass.
In 2 weeks. No, he threw one incomplete pass last week. He was 8 of 9.
Yeah.
Today he's 6 of 7.
Pretty efficient.
I don't know, Melinda. If you're listening, do the quarterback rating.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. If you're Pulaski, that 40-second clock is your friend. You let it get down to about 5 or so. Well, they're not. They're going to snap it.
Well, and Adams hands it to Brock. He takes it off to the left side, makes a man miss, keeps his legs moving, falls across the 45-yard line, and you've got a Pulaski player slow to get up and a Warrior slow to get up. That's Gallagher for the Warriors, and that is Camden Denham for the Maroons. And that's one thing that you don't want to have happen here in a game that's been decided for a while, is have somebody get injured.
Don't get caught lollygagging around the pile and get blindsided.
So 3rd and 5. Brock picked up 5. Adams rolls out looking to pass. He's got a man down there and a great
I think he did.
catch.
Nope.
Incomplete.
Nope.
Intended
That
for
was right.
Wright. And it will bring up 4th and 5. Clock's at 2 minutes.
Pulaski did not punt last week. I looked at our stats before we went on the air.
So,
they may punt here. I don't know.
So let me ponder or ask this question. You're up 43-7. Clock's running down, and you run the ball once and throw it twice. Is that also? And they're going to get
also offside.
They're going to get the encroachment by the defense. Adam goes under center, hard count. Not going to give them the first down, but it's now going to be 4th and 1.
Now you got to think about, am I going to go for it?
Oh, 100%.
And you've got Brock already. Yeah, that's the offense. Well, if you're Southwestern, I know you were trying to time it. You were hoping to get something out of it, but you shot yourself in the foot a little bit there.
You get the first down here, the game's over, and Brock gets enough and more. He's going to pick up 6 on 4th and 1, and that's going to be all she wrote.
Well, they've got the 40-second clock reset. Let's see how the officials are at watching the clock and not. Well, they started it, so they're going to have to snap it one more time.
Yeah, you got to be better than that. But I mean,
this one's going to go final though at 43-7.
Yeah, well, now Pulaski's running plays. I mean, here's a toss to Brock on the sweep to the right side, and he gets down to about the 32-yard line, and you've got some extracurricular activity here with Gunnar Lovelace.
I see the flag.
And Drew and Abnett, who was involved in the play last week, and there's a flag on the play. Clock still continues to run.
Yeah,
this game's going to be over before they get this penalty.
Well, they're going to march off a penalty as the clock ends.
So,
well, they picked up the flag.
Yeah, so Brock is going to get a 13-yard carry there on the last play of the game, and that is final here from Southwestern High School as Pulaski County comes across town and puts a 43-7 score up on the board on the Ronald E. Turpin CPA scoreboard. And for the first time in 6 games, the Maroons will leave this game victorious, and Coach Burns will pick up his first victory against the Warriors as the Pulaski County coach, and Coach Foley will go down in defeat, and that will move the records for these two teams. Pulaski County will go to 5-6-3, and I don't know yet. Defensive. So we had a little bit of a interruption there, so I apologize.
That was the boss.
That is going to move PC to 6-3 on the season and 4-0 in the district. That will move Southwestern to 4-5 on the season and 3-1 in the district. So we know the top 2 seeds in District 8. PC will be the 1 seed. Southwestern will be the 2 seed. South Laurel will remain the 3 seed, and the only thing left to be decided is the game between North Laurel and Harlan County playing for the 4th seed. That will determine the playoff seedings and brackets, and the District 7 has got all kinds of potential. You'll have tiebreakers in that, all kinds of good stuff. But Mike's going to get some numbers, a scoring recap. I'll give you a scoring recap, and then we're going to have our offensive and defensive players of the game that we had to make a decision on immediately tonight.
With a gun, so, I almost had a gun to your head.
So what we do have that. So we will have our SEC, Somerset Community College Offensive Player of the Game, our United Cumberland Bank Defensive Player of the Game, and our Promo Lawn Service Lineman of the Game, all coming up on the Alton Blakely post-game show. We're going to try to get an interview with Coach Burns if we can after this one. But before we do, since 1979, Modern Systems has been protecting communities all across Kentucky, and they're proud to be part of the communities they serve, committing time and sponsorships to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors and your friends, and they work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you. From homes to businesses to schools and churches, let Modern Systems be your trusted name in security. Rick Barker and Godby Realty and Auction, names you know, names you can trust. real estate and auction services for farm, commercial, residential, and personal. Godby Realty and Auction has 49 years experience in the real estate and auction business, and we're ready to put that to work for you. Go online at godbyrealty.com for more information. At Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services, your mental health matters. Life's challenges can sometimes feel overwhelming. Like a tough game with no timeouts, for 25 years, Entrust Healthcare has been a trusted teammate offering individual, family, and couples counseling, as well as case management services, all tailored to your unique needs. Our caring and experienced counselors will help you develop the skills and strategies to tackle your challenges head on. Entrust offers convenient in-home, in-office, telehealth, or in-school counseling sessions so you can get the support you need wherever you need it. Call Entrust today to learn more. Visit their website at entrust-healthcare.com. At Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services, your mental health matters. So, give you a quick scoring recap. Pulaski at halftime led this one 29-0 on the strength of a Ethan Idlewine 42-yard touchdown shovel pass from Adams. Mounts PAT makes the score 7-0. Finley would get a pick six, 95 yards all the way into the end zone. Mounts PAT would make it 14-0. Cason Brock at the 3:24 mark of the second quarter will take it in from 2 yards out. The Mounts PAT would make it 21-0. With 48 seconds remaining before halftime, Winston Ford would find the end zone on a 33-yard rush. Denmeyer would take a high PAT snap and run it into the right corner for the 2-point conversion and make the score 29-0. And very quickly in the third quarter, PC would take a 55-yard screen, Idlewine's second touchdown of the night, into the end zone and would ensue the running clock 36-0. At the 2:15 mark of the third quarter, Decker Wilden would take it in from 8 yards out to extend the lead to 43-0. Southwestern would find the end zone in the fourth quarter, 7:45 mark. Kendall Wesley, 22-yard pass from Tayden Richardson. Gauger PAT was good. Final score, 43-7.
Partner, I want to let you pick the players of the game because I want to try to throw some stats at the people, and we're going to try to get Coach Burns for an interview on our Alton Blakely postgame show, but that's a maybe. We'll just leave it at that. Southwestern on the game, I had them with 9 first downs, 19 rushes for 54 yards, 15 complete or through the air, 15 passes, 9 out of 15 for 105 yards. So they got off 34 offensive plays, 139 yards of total offense, 11 penalties for 95 yards. They fumbled twice and lost those through an interception that turned into a house call, pick six, whatever you want to call it. 3 turnovers on the game for Pulaski County, 14 first downs in the game. 21 carries for 151 yards. 6 out of 8 through the air for 149 yards. 29 offensive plays, 300 yards. 151 on the ground, 149 through the air. That's some sort of close to balance of some sort. Penalties, 4 for 40. They lost 1 fumble, no interceptions, 1 turnover. For Southwestern, the leading rusher in the game was Walters with 10 carries for 26 yards, and he earned everything tonight. Dunford had 1 catch for 39 to lead them in receiving, and Richardson, a bright spot, came off the bench. 3 completions out of 3 attempts and a touchdown, 61 yards, but not enough offense. For Pulaski County, it'll go something like this. Brock had 15 carries for 73 yards. He earned what he got tonight, too, by the way. Idlewine 1 for 5. Ford had 1 carry, 33 yards and a touchdown. And Adams, 4 carries for 40 yards. Through the air, 1 catch for Denmeyer for 15 yards. Let's see, Wilden had 1 for 8. Denmeyer had 2 catches for 97 yards and a pair of touchdowns on the evening. Once again, we gave you Adams finally threw an incomplete pass. The last 2 he threw found the turf. He was 6 of 8 on the evening for 149 yards. Partner, all in all, it's final score. It's already off the board. Make sure I write that down somewhere. 43-7.
43-7.
Pulaski County, I was there with the coaching staff yesterday. They seemed confident that they had a game plan that they could come over here and execute, and they did just that. An impressive win, and if you're Southwestern, you got to look at it this way. You're still a number 2 seed in the district going into the playoffs against another district who, on paper, you should be able to do some business. So Southwestern will fall to 4-5 on the season. They have a game left next week. They go to Henry Clay, if I'm not mistaken, or
yes,
maybe
sir.
it's here.
No, I think you're right.
And Pulaski County, just because they wanted to, rescheduled the Corbin game
Might as well.
in what was originally going to be an off week. And we'll go to Corbin next Friday night, and there'll be some people interested in that one too. The celebration down here is pretty obvious. The Superintendent's Bowl, as they used to call this, I don't know if they still do, but Alex Eaton was in here, and that's why they were wanting the player of the game from us. They wanted to get down on the field, and they've done just that. So how about you going to give me offensive player of the game?
Offensive player of the game was announced there, and that's going to be Ethan Idlewine. 2 big touchdowns for the senior in this game. He stepped up in a big way. So Ethan Idlewine, our Somerset Community College offensive player of the game. Our United Cumberland Bank defensive player in the game, Cohen Finley.
Gotta be.
95-yard interception return. He had a fumble recovery. He was in on a couple of big tackles. So Cohen Finley steps up in this game as well, and he will be your UCB player of the game. Promo Lawn Service lineman of the game. The offensive line did extremely well. You could probably call out any of those 5 young men. On the defensive line, one stood out to me who was disruptive in the backfield and caused problems. 44, Colton Kane, was all over the place. I wish we had 2 defensive players of the game, because Colton Finley obviously had the big plays and did some good things.
Yes.
But 45, Gunnar Lovelace, leading tackler on this team again, he flew around all over the field, but you can only give it to one. So
give the lineman of the game, though.
Colton Kane.
Very good. I'm with
Promo
you.
Lawn Service lineman of the game, Colton Kane.
Now, once again, if you listen to us tonight, we tried to paint a picture. If you're Pulaski County, you got, hopefully everybody's okay. We can't see across the field if anybody was in. But you came across town, a team that had beaten you 6 straight times, and you're leaving with a 47-6.
47-3.
To 3.
No, sorry.
7.
You're right.
I don't get it right yet, but
43
to 7. And you're looking forward to next week. You go to Corbin. It's out of district. It really doesn't matter. Well, it does matter too because of that stupid RPI stuff. But we're not going to worry about that tonight. Congratulations, district championship in his first year, Coach Burns and his staff. To these players, the seniors can now say they have a win.
They have a win against Southwestern. So for Mike Kerr, I'm Chris Staten. PC wins a big district game here. Everybody be safe. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week in Corbin.
Next Friday in Corbin.
Good night.